Everybody, welcome back to Campus Carball. I am Raid. I am joined once again by Sean, and we are ready to go. We had a bit of technical difficulty getting this one loaded up, but we are here. McMaster White takes game one off stream, but we're going to be here casting starting with game two. How are you doing, Sean?
I'm doing great. Thank you. We come back from quite a long break, with some technical difficulties along the way, but we're back up and running, and I'm ready to see a sweep.
Yeah, a Fanshawe Academy team I know has some. I know that they're probably the lower of the seeds here, from what it sounds like. And McMaster White, if they with this being two of the three of the McMaster team that played this morning, I think they're pretty strong. Yeah. I don't know how good Bodway is, but we'll see. Yeah. And do you have any predictions? Obviously, we already know it's 1-0 for Mac,
so yeah.
Do you think it'll be a sweep?
I think a sweep.
I'm gonna be the odd duck, and I'm gonna say 3-1. I'm gonna give the Academy team a game here, but we will see. Game number 2 underway. Kickoff between Broadway and McGee goes in favor of McMaster. McMaster takes early control, but a nice clear coming out by Nexi. Nice Musty, great save. Bit of a triple commit though on that save. Not as locked in as you would probably hope for. And that's another whiff there on the side of McMaster. A little bit of a shaky start, but we'll see which team can get one through here. Ball bouncing out into the mid. In and then cleared off by Jark. Jark trying to get a bump. Follow up by Nero, not quite on target. As Cyrex gets beat out by one. Back pass though. McGee looks awkward there, but the ball does make it over. Little bit of awkward defense on the side of Fanshawe Academy, but it doesn't seem to be getting punished too much as of this point.
Yeah, I agree so far. Oh, a whiff there. Maybe a shot on target. Here we go. M Broadway gets us started on stream for.
Yeah, but what a play by Broadway. But like, it's these whiffs. Like,
Yeah, that whiff from.
like Nezzy was on that, but he didn't get a touch. And,
Yeah.
And you can't just whiff like that at these lobbies because they're going to get capitalized on. And they got to get that consistency locked in, or they're going to keep getting punished for it. A nice quick up there from McGee. Gets a nice beat past one, but immediately countered back the other way by McMaster as Nero. Nero taps that one down. Broadway with a shot, but it's just slightly off target. Jark follows it up high, and a nice hit away there by Cyrox.
Yeah, great demo there. Nosy still beats. Cleared away by Neuro. And Broadway's going to cut this off. It's not a great cut, but I guess it works out. Maybe a double incoming. No, he just leaves it. Another shot on target, saved by Newsy. Now, possession in favor of the... I forgot.
A possession in favor of the Academy, of Fanshawe Academy here, trying to get one back. A decent flip reset there by Nazi, but he can't get it through. And now countering back the other way is Neuro. Nero, though, gets beat out off a quick touch there by McGee. But Mimak still with control. Nice pinch out, immediately followed up by Bodway. Bodway out to the mid. Neuro is up. Neuro gets the reset, but he can't quite follow it up to get another touch, as that ball will drop. Bodway, though, keeping control. Follows it up, gets another touch. Off the back ball, awkward for the side of Fanshawe Academy, but they're able to just fight back to keep this at a 1-0 scoreline. But if you're Fanshawe Academy, you need a goal here, and the goal is not looking like it's coming. It's hard to score when you're on defense most of the time.
Yeah, so far they have a chance here on the attack. Well, a lot of boost on the side of McMaster. A lot of advantages coming in for Fanshawe, but on the attack, two demos, one trading, and they will both spawn back. Cut off in the midfield from Jark. And Broadway with the shot. Good read off the backboard. Nosy there to clear. Broadway doesn't go for the ball there. Good choice. Easier for Neuro to take possession. Another 50 there. A lot of back and forth so far since that 1-goal lead. A chance here though for Shawway, and a shot on an open net. McGee, I think, stole that, but it doesn't matter. They're tied up.
Yeah, a little bit of a bad challenge by Bodway. He gets a touch, but not a good one. Bounces back out mid, and it's just a tap-in for McGee. This, like, it's been mostly in favor of Mac here, but they're not capitalizing on their opportunities. And that overextension brought Fanshawe Academy back into this game. So we're getting into a bit of next goal wins territory.
Oh, double demo.
Beautiful double demo.
Well coordinated from McMaster White.
Yeah, what a double demo. Like, took out both of the defenders.
One took out the other. That's actually insane.
Yeah, really well played. And it leaves the one first man up, can't get to that ball first, and it's a tap in. Really coordinated. That's one of what you would call an unsavable situation as they're trying to add on here. Bodway tries to put it out mid. That's a nice pinch out by the Academy, by Fanshawe Academy, but they can't quite follow it up. Cyrox gets beat out. That's going to drop straight down, but McGee is able to be there to get a touch. Hard off the left wall there. Bodway up. Bodway is up. Can't get the touch he wants, though, as it falls back to Jark. Bit of a whiff by Jark, forcing Neuro into a tough spot here. Gets beat up by Cyrex. McGee is up. Followed up with a beautiful shot by Nosy.
Yeah. I can't lie. We were spectating Center McGee. It looked like he had it, but then Nosy came out of nowhere and just slotted that top left. I was going to get concerned if he missed that, but it's in the net, and we're tied up.
Yeah, it was unexpected. You don't usually expect... I didn't expect Nosy to go for that at all, but he did. He gets it in, and, well, it's felt like Mac has had control. They haven't been able to hold the lead for too long, so we'll see if they have an answer here as we come down to the last minute. Jark would have wanted that one back. It looked like he was trying to get a shot on, but he just missed completely here. As Nosy, coming back the other way, gets beat up by Bodway as it falls to McGee. McGee gets a nice beat past one, cannot get past the second, though, as a nice clear by Jark. A bit of an awkward touch by Cyrox, but Nosy is back. Nosy off back wall, looking for double off target, almost, but it misses just wide.
That was a good attempt there for Nosy. Now they have to go back again. Here he is again on the ball. It just gets a whiff on it. Okay, two players back. A double demo in favor of Shawway this time. Sniper McGee on the ball, gets it over one, only as far as second man, but a little mistake on the goal line, double commit, and at least the Cyborg getting to the goal.
Yeah, you gotta just leave that if you're Jark. Yeah. His touch was no value. He had a teammate right behind him. Little bit of miscoordination, and a shot that looked pretty harmless turns into a goal.
Yeah, I would just leave it. It's going into corner anyway, and you could do something much better than that, but now they got to fight. 17 seconds left. Can they get a goal here? Here's Neuro on the ball. Doesn't have a lot of boost to his name. Tries to control it. Gets a really nice 50. He's just going to leave the play there. Leave it for Jerky. Jerky gets beat, though. 5 seconds left. He needs to go for the ball. Neuro gets a 50. There's no time left. They need to go now. 0 second. Pass infield off the post. That is your closest you can get, but Shoei survive.
Yeah, Fanshawe Academy able to put it through, and I'm going to be honest, that was Nosy. Nosy had himself a game. He was on every ball. He was actually beating McMaster White with the pace of play to a lot of those aerials and a lot of those plays. And if you're McMaster, you got to watch those mistakes, mistake after mistake after mistake, and they're costly ones. And you can have control, but at the end of the day, it's unlikely to be a difference maker.
Seems like we are, in fact, disconnected out of the game. But back to our predictions. I am 0 for 2 in predictions. I don't seem to get one right.
Yeah, I said that. I did say they'd take a game, so we'll see if my prediction's true, but we'll see. It looks like they're trying to get back into the lobby here. We need both the broadcast side and the casting side up, and then we'll get back into it. Not sure if they're going to start without us, but we will we'll see. The been a good game so far.
Yeah, I
hard
agree.
to complain.
Yeah, I think in terms of both sides, it's been kind of a battle of the midfield, and it seems like if in terms of midfield possession, I think whoever has more control of the midfield will probably get more
yeah,
chances.
I noticed in game 1 that Fanshawe Academy was sitting back a lot. They were playing really defensive. They weren't really getting the opportunities. And then in game 2, it was kind of, and in the game 2, it's been more of like Fanshawe bringing it to them, which is obviously how they have to play. And so we'll see going into game 3 if Fanshawe can keep up that pressure or if McMaster can start pushing. But it's really a game of who can keep control, who can control it, and also mistakes. Both teams have made crucial mistakes. So which team can keep their wits about them, play more controlled? But we will see here, as it looks like the players are just getting loaded in here for game number 3. We had our server go down, so it was just a little bit of a technical delay, but now we have the players loading in, and we will get started here with game number 3.
Yeah, I think all the players are loaded in, and we are, in fact, ready to go. We got game 3 between Fanshawe Academy and McMaster White. Teams tied at 1-1 each going into game 3. And a whiff already to start off the bat. Broadway just takes the goal for free.
What a freebie for Broadway. He literally just died. That's a shot you've been able to do since like gold or plat, and it normally doesn't work, but a little whiff on that jump and it goes through, and that's an absolute gimme if you're on the side of McMaster White. Yeah.
Oh, another open net. Oh, a fake from Broadway though. A lot of whiffs coming off the bat, and the free shot for Neuro. He'll clean up the mess, and that's not a great start.
This feels more like game 1. They're just whiffing. Mistake. They gotta settle, because every missed touch, every bad play, every panicked touch is going to get capitalized on in these games. And it seems like McMaster is doing a good job of playing off of those mistakes, playing off of those issues.
Yeah, I think I think it's because of those LAN jitters. I think obviously you're on LAN and everyone's around you, and it kind of gets nervous. So kind of understanding those mistakes are going to be bound to happen. You just got to lock back in, get your nerves under control, and pretend that like, hey, there's no one around me. I can do it myself. It's just me and my teammates.
Yeah, they gotta figure out a way beyond these jitters, because they're costly. And now you're less than a minute in playing with a deficit, and we'll see if they have any kind of answer to that. As McGee hits the ball in, can't quite get a follow-up touch, but it goes back to Nosy. Nosy off the sidewall. Immediately
double
read.
commit.
Beautiful shot by Cyrox.
That's a great redirect, but you gotta look at the replay again, and you're gonna see that 2 players from McMaster White do go for this ball. There's no coordination on both sides of the field, I would say, and I think in order for one team to go through, and you want to stay in this tournament longer, I think we need to lock back in and calm more.
100%. They got to lock in. That's a nice redirect, but you're right. One should have been back at net prepared for the loss, but because both went, there was absolutely nobody back. And if you're McMaster, you don't want to be giving this Fanshawe team life. They spoon-fed you 2 goals early, and you want to be able to hold that as Neuro coming out from his own end. Takes a bit of control. 1 to beat. That was an early challenge by Cyrox. Almost got burned for it, but he managed to get a touch.
Yeah, you have to dodge the bump there as well. So brilliant dodge and able to get the challenge off. And they still have to get this ball out of their own half. Need 0 boost. Cyrox does pick up the 100, but it instantly gets down by Neuro. Jark to the corner, into the midfield. Is anyone waiting there? There is! Off the crossbar from Neuro. Cleared away immediately. Is there a rule 1
Yes,
in the
there is.
midfield? Wait.
It's a 2v2.
2v2. A rule 1 straight into the midfield. Battle of crossbar challenge coming out from Fanshawe as Neuro does get the boost. They're holding this rule 1. This rule 1 kind of going to go on for a while, depending on if they score here.
Yeah. I don't know which team 2v2 favors, but
And I should get a little.
I would say McMaster because on the side of Fanshawe Academy, they lost Nosy, who I think has been their best player.
Yeah, I mean, they're holding up quite well. 2.5 minutes to go. They still need a goal, though. And I don't think that commit's going to work out well. Jark is going to put the shot on net. It's kind of awkward. Siren McGee does get the save. Neuro opts to take it back, go for full court, but instantly getting shut down. Or so I thought. Neuro going full court. Does get shut down eventually. Dodges the rule 1. Brilliant. Brilliant play there. Neuro again on the ball. Just takes it up high. Beats 1 off the ceiling. The ball's kind of low. Leaves it for Jarky. And they win the 2v2.
Yep, not too surprising. Neuro has just been faster in the air than anyone on the side of Fanshawe. He knew he had time. He knew he had to put it high over the first. Got control. Kept the ball. They played like he was going to shoot it. Drops it down. Teammate comes in. And it's been a pretty good game for... Oh, as I say, almost a goal as I'm Caster's jinx on that one. I was going to hype up that McMaster hasn't made as many mistakes, and that was almost a very costly one.
Yeah.
Jark, though, trying to get the 50 past 1, does so successfully as the ball floating up over, but it gets cleared out. Coming back the other way. Neuro with a nice touch over to Broadway. Jark needs to be the one to get this touch to keep control. Does so successfully. Nice flick past 1. Demo over 1, but a great backwall read by Cyrox, as despite being down 3-1, the defense is holding pretty strong for Fanshawe. It's just a case where that doesn't really matter because you're down 3-1.
Yeah, those 2 goals at the start of the game kind of killed them. They're kind of holding up now, but as I say that, I got caster cursed, and Jark does get the goal.
Jark played that incredibly. He gets a controlled first touch, waits for Cyrox to come in, keeps the ball close, 50s multiple times, and very, very strong. Like,
yeah.
Very, very, very strong.
Yeah,
play.
Very good dunk there from Jark. And we're both even on caster curses as well. As Broadway has the ball into midfield, Ozzy will get rid. A little double commit there from Fanshawe Academy there, but I was going to say it does work out, but Jark has a 1v1. Siren McGee does well to save it. Maybe a counterattack the other way, as Newsy does get the ball into the blue half. They need to go now, or else this game is kind of over. Neuro on the ball, kind of flips away from it. Doesn't get the control that he wants, and it gets cleared out kind of to safety. 30 seconds left. If you're McMaster White, you want to put the dagger in now, even though you're up 3.
Yeah, I think for every second that passes, the odds of anything changing go lower and lower and lower, because it's just a really it's a big hill to climb, and the hill gets bigger. 5-1 with 21 seconds to play, and this is not looking good for Fanshawe Academy.
Yeah,
because they're not only going to go down 2-1 in the series, but they're doing it on a game where they didn't really ever feel like they were in it.
Yeah, I think since the start of this game, they kind of just let in those 2 goals, and it just didn't seem like a way back. They had that goal initially to put it within 1, but since the rule 1, and it didn't go well for them. 5 seconds left. Game 3 will go towards McMaster White, and they'll also be on match point with Fanshawe Academy looking to fight back.
Yeah, good plays, honestly. And McMaster White just looks more consistent. Obviously, both of these teams have nerves. Both of these teams have inconsistency. But if we're talking general, like, comparative consistency, McMaster White has made less errors. They've looked more controlled. They look more calm. And they're more consistent, which is huge. So you really got to be careful if you're Fanshawe. If you want to have a chance back into this series, you've just got to settle in and play consistent. Because like the early mistakes, the 2 whiffs early, you go down and you're stuck playing from behind. You're stuck constantly stressing about trying to get that goal, trying to get back into the game. And you don't want to spend an entire game thinking about that.
Yeah, and their 1 goal came off a slight double commit and a nice redirect, I would like to say. But I feel like if they wanted a way to fight back into this game, I think they need to play more coordinated and have a specific control over the ball and not panic as much. Because honestly, if you're looking at McMaster White, both sides are kind of panicking a little bit. It's just McMaster White has played before with Jarkey and Neuro. Neuro and Jarkey played earlier today. So they were both kind of calm and collected. Broadway is still trying to like ease himself into the game. So I feel like if Fanshawe need a way to get back into this game, they need to control their nerves and just focus.
Absolutely. They need to focus. They need to play their game. But if you're McMaster White, you want it to start like last game. You want to start with that pressure. But here we go. Game number 4 here.
Yeah, it seems like we're getting a nice little spectator's view, a little pitch side. As so far, it seems like it's in favor of McMaster White. They have the ball and are looking to play on an open net. Do they get it? No, it's saved by Cyrox. As yeah,
we don't have any view of that that side of the field right now, but we're seeing it's going back and forth. Demo shots getting saved. Ball up the sidewall, cleared. A little bit of a 50 out to the midfield. As a little bit of pressure, a little bit of panic on the side of McMaster White here. As the ball gets cleared out, and a little bit of pressure, hopefully going the way. Oh, a nice
double demo.
Another good demo play, but no one there to shoot it. Ball popping up, though,
another
into the
bomb.
corner. Jark is up. Jark with the shot, but a beautiful save by McGee.
Wait, is that going in? No, it's cleared away.
Not.
Yeah.
We're in that spectator view where we don't have a good view of the field, so we're having some difficulty trying to see what's going on. But Jark gets the first goal of the game for McMaster White.
Yeah, brilliant there. A little backflip there from Jarkey, but like I think he might have had the misread. So yeah, off to kick off. See what happens here. Nice little 50 there. Goes in favor of Fanshawe Academy. Yeah, still on that spectator view. So far, a nice demo. Another double demo. It's opening up. As blue team have possession of the ball.
Yeah, they need to, both teams jarring, but McMaster would be content to hold this as we hit the 3-minute mark here. They just need to keep pressing and keep holding that lead.
Yeah. There's a little 50 there from Nosy. Nosy switched to the Octane, I've noticed now, as I think he wants a way to get back into this game. As nice clear out into the midfield. Flick over. Where's the shot? There it is. Off the kind of off. As blue team do have possession of the ball. Nosy does get the 50.
And a clear there, though, coming out from Fanshawe Academy. They get it out. They relieve some of that pressure, but oh, no. Nosy is able to get one through. A nice beat and then a bit of a double.
Yeah, kick on another goal for Provincial. They do need this goal as they need to get into game 5. They want this game 5. I feel like if they don't go to game 5, then obviously they lose. So
Yeah, there's so much pressure on Fanshawe. They got that first goal, but they can't be. There's going to need to be another goal here for them to take this game. So we will see if they can manage to get that to go here.
And they do. They get a goal there. Cyrock getting the goal there. Beautiful play there from Nosy. Drops it down. Right into Cyrox's car, and it's kind of just an open net. I don't know where the defense was.
Off the grip here, though. Back off the kickoff, though. A little bit of back and forth. This has been a tough game for McMaster. They would hope to end it here, or they're stuck going into game 5 with the momentum against them, as Fanshawe has come out with some force here, especially because they didn't start the strongest. So they were able to figure it out. They're continuing to pressure, and it's just profound that, like, this Fanshawe team this game looks completely different than the Fanshawe game we saw last game. Less mistakes, more consistency, just continuing to battle. A nice tap up, but Cyrax stuck hitting that into the corner wall. Broadway with a bit of a miss, though.
Yeah.
Now,
Fanshawe are holding this lead, though. They do have a minute left, so if they can hold on to this lead for a minute, they can force game 5, and that'll be what, our 4th game 5 of the day?
yeah, it'll be our 4th game 5 of the day, and it'll mean that every series we have casted will have gone to a game 5. So 40 seconds, and that trend will continue to be true here. Fanshawe just needs to hold as McMaster's trying to press, trying to push this, trying to end this here, force an overtime. But we will see if they have it in them here as the clock hits 25 seconds.
Yeah. 20 seconds left in the game, as it seems like McMaster are trying to find a way through. They can't seem to find a way through right now. Jark has it in his own half, so he needs to go to the other side with 7 seconds left. The ball is kept up. It's cut away. 2 seconds left. Will this ball drop? Looks like it stayed up. Neuro just drops it down, and Fanshawe do force game 5.
Yeah, Fanshawe Academy able to get it done, and we were given the full view of the screen for exactly 1 second right before the end of that game. So hopefully we'll be back with a full view to commentate our game 5, because that was tough. We only saw like one corner of the screen, one corner of the field, and we were just trying our best to work with the information on the screen plus the 10-second delayed information on the big TV. And it was a bit of a struggle here, but none of that should take away from Fanshawe Academy with that really strong performance. Would have liked to have seen more of it, but it's nice to see them able to figure this out here as we begin for game number 5.
Yeah, that'll be a 4th game 5. All the series on stream have gone to game 5 so far, and doesn't seem like it's going to stop with these game 5s.
Yeah, not anytime soon. It's been really a situation where it's just been good game after good game after good game. I think it gets broken by the game after this one. But
yeah, well, we'll see when we get to it. At the moment, we got to focus on game 5 between McMaster and Fanshawe, and this time we do get the full view.
Yeah, full view. We actually get to watch the full game this time, as this is pivotal. Winner takes all.
Yeah, it does matter, especially in these group matches. You want to qualify for day 2. These are the matches you need to win here. So for McMaster White or for Fanshawe Academy, one of these teams are going through.
Oh, wow. And Broadway puts it through immediately.
4 seconds this time.
Yeah, 4 seconds kickoff goal. hard off sidewall. And a bit of a pinch between Broadway, Jark, and
It has
the
an
defender.
orange trail on it as well, so it seemed like it hit off an orange car. I think it was the 50 that just sent it in.
Yeah, good quick goal though. If you're on the side of McMaster, as they get a bit of control here. Nice tap all the way out to the midfield. Beautiful clear though. Jark with a nice touch. Following it up. And is Bodway. Bodway hard off sidewall down to Nero. Nero with a little bit of time, a little bit of space. Flicks past, tries to flick past one, but they were both waiting for that flick. Oh, that's a bad miss from Jark.
That's rough.
An uncommon mistake on the side. It was an uncommon mistake on the side of Jark, as it's just a struggle. And we saw Fanshawe making those weird mistakes. Maybe it's stream nerves, but not the time to make one if you're Jark, because all your team's work to make it a 1-goal, to make it a 1-0 game is all gone. And now you got to battle back, try to get one more. A nice bump, 1v1.
What a
save. But that
save.
bump was not quite enough. Bodway makes sure
matter.
it doesn't matter, but wow, what a sequence.
Yeah, I thought Cyrox did get this initial save, but he kind of just banked it straight into Broadway's car, and he's just able to slot it in. And yeah, going back to what we've been saying for the series for a while now, it's just the nerves and the whiffs are just what's killing both these teams at the moment. But now Newsy looking for the double tap, doesn't have enough boost to get it though. Cyrox will keep this ball in play. Has a midfield option, doesn't get to it. Cleared away by Neuro. Neuro will straight bang it off to the side. Broadway just getting chased right now. It seems like relentless pressure coming out from Shawway Academy. They want the goal back. However, Neuro does get the 50, a pinch out, gets cut off, and kind of just bangs it away. I would prefer to keep the ball, but again, another whiff. We just get bailed off by the whiff. Neuro bangs the ball again, though. I would like to see more possession from both these sides.
Yeah, I mean, the boomer ball is not a horrible thing if you're... that's
what is happening?
Oh, wow. The fact that didn't get punished is unreal. But it does get punished now by Bodway.
Ooh.
That was a panicky sequence on the side of Fanshawe Academy.
Yeah, the defense. Yeah, another whiff there. There's multiple whiffs on the defense, and you get bailed out one time on the whiff off of your whiff. You gotta make up for it, but you can't whiff again. Otherwise, they'll punish, and that just showed 3-1. Seems like the nerves are really getting to Fanshawe. Game 5 stream and LAN. Yeah, the nerves are definitely showing so far.
Yeah, nerves showing, but they looked so good in game number 4. It's a shame that we're not really seeing that side of them here, but a nice clear coming out by McMaster, as all they have to do is just play out the next 3 minutes, limit the
Oh, what a
goals.
pass. Oh, no.
Good sequence, but McGee was just unable to get a touch on that pass as the ball floating through. Again, no, Neuro trying to be that difference maker, but wow, that was an overcommit to the corner.
And
the fact that didn't get punished is brutal. As the ball coming back the other way, nice touch by Neuro. Neuro with a little bit of time, a little bit of space, but he can't quite get it through here as Bodway. Bodway with a nice beat on one. Can't get past the second, though, as ball floating kind of into that corner there, but it drops into the midfield. Follow-up shot by Neuro, but he can't put it through. Jark kind of following this ball back, being that defensive piece. But Nosy is going to shoot and put it through. Nosy gets the goal. Little bit of a demo chase on the goalie, and Nosy with a beautiful ceiling shot to put it through.
yeah, punishing the fact that there was no boost in the net there for, I think that was Broadway in net there. And good play there for Nosy. They need another one, though, with 2 minutes to go. They need to tie this game up. It's do or die. It's game 5. You need to get those goals now. Simon McGee gets dunked, though, into the side there. And Neuro full boost. One getting chased in net. Will that lead to a whiff? He does get beat, but no goal yet. Jark does backflip on that. Broadway will help. I think Neuro went back to roost. No, he's still in play here. Another bang out. It's just relentless bang and just more pressure coming out from this McMaster White team.
Yeah, anytime Fanshawe tries to get a clear, it's not terribly coordinated. It's mostly these one-man attacks. And barring a whiff or a mistake, those are going to be very hard to capitalize on here. As a nice touch from Jark up to Neuro. Neuro to the midfield. Jark to Broadway. Broadway to the backboard, but he can't quite get it through. But as the clock ticks away, not as comfy as a 2-goal lead, but there's a 1-goal lead, and we only have just over a minute here to play. As Jark trying to put that one out mid, trying to put some pressure on, but he can't quite do so. Broadway, though, able to keep this one in, trying to be that difference maker, trying to get a bump, but he can't do so. Little bit of control here for Fanshawe. Ball popped up in front, but Neuro's beating out any possible challenge on the side of Fanshawe. McGee with a tap, but he can't really follow his own touch. Oh, that's a bad hit if you're McMaster, but it's not capitalized on.
Yeah, Fanshawe need to capitalize on these types of shots, and you don't want that either from Simon McGee redirecting it into his own half. Now they have to go back again and reset, but yeah, the whiffs and the chances coming out from Fanshawe have been great. They've been good looks, but they just need to put the ball in the net. They haven't been able to do so. 30 seconds left. They need to put this ball in the net, Aiden.
Yeah, they do. But will they be able to? Because as we get into the last 30 seconds, they're stuck defending. McMaster putting on the pressure. They don't want to get caught overextended, but they also don't want to have to back off. That's a bit of an awkward touch. Off the backboard, tapped out, but kept by Jark. Nice pinch by Jark. And as we hit the last 10 seconds here, will there be another opportunity for Fanshawe, or will Mac be able to be the ones to shut this down? That's a big shot coming in, but a nice touch by Broadway. And now 0 seconds, he's gonna let it drop, and McMaster White takes this nail-biting series over Fanshawe Academy.
Yeah, brilliant play out there from McMaster White. Fanshawe kind of just let that slip. I feel like they could have won that game so easily if they were just able to take the chances that they had. However, McMaster White, you got to praise them. They did a very good job in their offense.
Yeah, McMaster White, they were the more calm, calculated team across this whole series. They had shaky moments, but they were more consistent than the Academy team of Fanshawe, and they got it done when it mattered. 3-2 win is still a win, and it puts them on track to make day 2 if they can keep this up going into the rest of their games. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back with Brock versus U of T Blue.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
She found a way into my heart. Oh, oh, she don't make up, no, she make art. And I need a way to treat it, 'cause I keep getting high off of her. Off of her. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you. But somehow I keep running back to you. Back to you. Back to still remains on my mind. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you, but somehow I keep running back to you, back to you. I know that you'd be bad, bad, bad. I know that you'd be bad, bad, bad. I know that you'd be bad, bad, bad. I know that you'd be bad.
All I wanna do is to put my arms around you and watch these moments fall back into place. All I wanna do is to make you stop and love me. How can I be blue when you catch me in these feelings like okay. I love you, I do need you, I do love you, I do need you, I love you, I do need you, oh, I love you, I do need you, oh, I love you, I do need you, I do love you, I do need you, I love you, I do need you, oh, I love you, I do need you. All I wanna do is to put my arms around you and watch these moments fall back into place. All I wanna do is to make you stop and love me. How can I be blue when you catch me in these feelings like okay. I love you, I do, I need you, I do, I love you, I do, I need you, I love you, I do, I need you, oh, I love you, I do, need you, oh, I love you, I do, need you, I do, I love you, I do, need you, I love you, I do, need you, oh, I love you, I do, need you.
All I seek to find is a world that's mine. Need a place to hide. Will you free my mind? Following the lights of a world that's right. In your eyes I see there's a place for
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are we feeling today? It's been a great day of Rocket League action throughout here at the Ontario campus Carball land, but I'm very excited here to be on it. For those of you who don't recognize me from previous iterations of Campus Carball, I'm Stout Furball. I'm joined here by the one and only Raid. Raid, we have a great game here between Brock Red. They'll be taking on U of T Blue and two of the higher seeded teams within this group. They're going to see which one can start off their group play quite nicely here in the afternoon session.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting one. I think U of T isn't tough because Brock only has one team, and this one team is very, very good. And so Lev and Soars, they're playing with a sub today, but Lev and Soars as a combo are up there with the very best in this whole tournament. So,
I mean, I came into today, and the one story I was hearing about as someone throughout this entire process of the day is this Soars kid, 15 years old 3 years ago. He's 18 now, but his dream was come here playing on the OCC, playing the campus Carball, and here he is now here to show off skills. Very hyped talent, very, very good player as well. How big of an impact, as you mentioned, with the sub, how much is Soars going to have to take over in this game if it means that Brock's going to have to come out on top for day one?
I'm going to be honest, I think Soars, as long as he plays his game and plays well off of Lev, who has RLCS experience, I think that as a duo, they should be able to do well even with having to play with Frostbeard, who they don't really know terribly well. But we will see here. Soars with the early possession. Taps it off to Lev, but Lev missed on the shot, but Frostbeard keeps it in.
We continue on in this matchup here. Soar, Levs, and Frostbeard out there for Brock. Meanwhile, for U of T, we were talking about who's going to be out there. It's going to be Jardine, Mesa, and Flying Penguin. Opportunity here for Lev. He knocks it back inside. Frostbeard picks it up. Not able to do much with it off the back wall. Can't pick it up again. Shot opportunity! And Flying Penguin with the finish. Jardine plays it off the wall. And U of T Blue strikes first.
Yeah, Frostbeard getting their sub getting completely caught out. He doesn't get a great first touch, immediately hit back in and countered. And not the start you want to see if you're Brock, but just watching the pace of play, I wouldn't be surprised if Brock finds a way to counter here early.
U of T wanting to get another one here early. Opportunity there. Double tap off the glass. Jardine once again. Goal and assist early for him. And I mean, U of T, as we said, they want to play high tempo, and they're really getting it going early.
Yeah, a couple of early goals. Not really what we expected, but I've got to give them credit. They're counterattacking well. They're playing off the mistakes made by this Brock side. And it's not really what you want to see if you're Brock, as they want to play their way into day 2 where they'll have their starting roster again.
Opportunity here. No one in the front here. Lev the one chasing. Jardine the one meet him. Soares picks it up again in the corner. Not able to do much with it. They're still fighting for it here. Back and forth ping pong play in the corner. Still fighting in front. Frostbeard can't do it. Flying Penguin trying to clear. Lev inside. Jardine right across. Great play here for U of T Blue, but the pressure's still on. Frostbeard on. Still they fly in. The opportunity off the post again. The woodwork's been putting in a lot of work here, and now U of T Blue able to get it out.
Yeah, Wood, the post is being an absolute difference maker here, as that should have been a goal for Brock to bring us within 1, but obviously did not work out that way. That's a bad giveaway. Lev with the shot, followed up by Soars, and Brock, unrelenting pressure for the last 15-20 seconds, finally gets one through.
I mean, you see here Frostbeard with a chance, he doesn't get it. Lev with a chance, he doesn't get it. But everyone on U of T Blue left to scramble. Source finishes in the top corner. It's a 1-point game. Now we go once again here at the kickoff. It will be U of T Blue playing it deep, but picked up by Brock. Lev air dribbles his way in, tries to go for the double tap, cleared by Mesa. Great chance there, and now it will be a break once more.
Yeah, great opportunity, but an even better save. Lev solos from his own end, but they have one on backboard ready to make that save. But again, awkward. Wah! Caught. I call in Rocket League, this is near post, and he was stuck on the near post when he should have been at back post. And he's just flopping because that's not a good position to make a save. That's not a good position to make that play. Jardine caught, and Soars, with all his wealth of experience, is just going to slot that one through, and we're tied up.
Just like that, Brock able to take advantage. Flying Penguin getting the demo off on Lev, but Soar still keeping it up on the possession. Frostbeard, high shot, off it goes. Flying Penguin coming flying back in. Lev, the one to play it here. Pressure still remains in the end of U of T Blue. Mesa trying to drive through. Flying, apologies, Frostbeard not able to get out of that one. It's still a scramble here. Soar is able to pick up possession. Flips past one, trying to continue it on. It'll be 2 defenders on him. Lev will be the one to pick it up here after it gets taken. He'll fly up into the middle, waiting to find someone to come pick it up. It will be Frostbeard! Oh, baby! And Brock go from 2-0 down to 3-2 up. 3 in quick succession for Brock.
Oh, wow. Lev leaves the ball, flies down, bumps the defender who was jumping up for it, leaves Frostbeard with the free, open, undefended shot. It was Frostbeard's shot, but it was Lev's play. And Brock started slow, but they've found their game here in the last minute.
Great opportunity here. U of T, they've lost a lot of steam after coming out flying here in game 1. Still, though, another opportunity here. Lev, opportunist at best here off the wall, and it's just Brock putting the pile driver in. Soars plays it off the wall. Lev cleans it up, and it's a 2-point lead now for Brock.
Soars to Lev, Lev to Soars. We're expecting to see a lot of that this weekend, and we're seeing it now. Little slow at the gate, but they've got control, and this is going to be a really hard 2-goal lead for them to relinquish, and we will see if U of T has any answer as the ball gets cleared out. Popped up, though, by Lev. Lev to Soars. Soars to Lev. Lev still has control. Gets past 1, gets past 2, but a nice save on the goal line.
As it gets cleared here, Flying Penguin trying to get it going here for U of T. He plays it off the back wall. Can't continue on further. Jardine trying to keep it forward. Can't with Frostbeard coming in. cleared in that opportunity by Soares. He's the one to chase it. It's back in the middle. Lev ready to hit it once again, but Flying Penguin, the one fly back. Great play from him. Frostbeard gets it out, but Flying Penguin demos him. Jardine goes for the save, misses the ball, but it wasn't on target, so it's all right, but still, they're left scrambling. Meza able to get it here in this one-on-one opportunity. He gets it forward here. Frostbeard not able to do much with Flying Penguin's attack. Now Jardine stops it here. The pressure's on in the Brock end. Continuing on Jardine. He's trying to get it here. Quickly gets cleared out by Brock first. Flying Penguin still flying, doing what he can here. He gets the pressure on, able to get another touch. Soares coming in to get the clear. He cleans it up. Jardine, the one flying back. Frostbeard able to meet it first, but it will be Jardine to block it now. Jardine to get it clear. Continuing forward here. 1:24 remaining, 4-2 the score. Still, we keep on fighting. Flying Penguin plays it out, but only as far as Soares at the half-field line. They're still fighting. It's loose in the middle. Lev chasing, plays it off the sidewall. Tries to get a second opportunity on it. Can't, but it's finished by Soares. What a play from Lev off the side of the wall, and though he wasn't the one chasing, Soares puts himself in the perfect position. Flying Penguin couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, Soares was the fallback man, made no mistake tapping that in, but it was clear Lev's intention was to double read off the sidewall there. Just couldn't get the touch, but it doesn't matter here, as it almost feels like Lev and Soares are toying with their food now. It looked a little dicey at the beginning, but they just look a whole step ahead. Soares leaves it for Frostbeard, and it's a free goal, and it's 6-2.
It was messy there in this situation. I mean, you can see it here. Lev's shot. Flying Penguin goes up. Meza off the wall. Soares fakes it in the air and gets everyone to jump. Frostbeard has to come in, just clean it up, make it as simple as possible, and he gets the finish to go, no problem. 6-2. And what was once seeming to be a very promising close game has become a bit of a blowout here in favor of Brock.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a close game, but we wanted it to be a close game, but this is sort of as the stats and everything would predict. The only reason Brock is even in day one is because they didn't play in either of the majors, and so they were relying on season performance. So it allowed them to qualify, but didn't put them onto day two. But again, U of T isn't going to quit without a fight. We know this. But they have a tough road, especially if the games continue as this one is. Nice clear there by Frostbeard, but again, right into Flying Penguin. And so U of T just trying to get that goal to raise some morale, but we'll see. A nice touch up into the corner. Soares puts it out to the mid. Lev with a little bit of time, but again, cleared out. And it's some good defense from U of T. I got to give them that, but it's not going to make a difference because it's already a 6-2 scoreline as we come to the end of game one.
Game one comes to a close, ladies and gentlemen. Final score, 6-2. Brock coming out on top. 3 goals from Soares in this one. Frostbeard got 2 of his own, but 4 assists from Lev. He was the master conductor in this game. The plays were going fully through him on this one. U of T, I feel like they still had a very solid showing. Jardine was all over the place. Defensive plays, but just some mild lapses here and there for UFC Blue. Caught them on the back foot, caught them scrambling, and we'll see how they respond here with game 2 of this series. So quick little talk here between you and I, Raid. We want to look here. UFC Blue, what changes do you think they're going to have to make here on their approach if they really want to contend with Brock? They were attacking hard at the beginning. How do they approach things in game 2?
They just have to be up quick. They've got to challenge early. They've got to get up to contest Lev. They got to get up to contest Soares. And even if you don't win that first contest, at the very least, you'll force a play. And they got to have one up force in the play and make sure they're coordinated to have one back for whatever comes of it. But they started strong. They put the pressure on, but then they kind of backed off as Brock found their game and sped up. And so there needs to be more consistency, particularly with U of T Blue, staying on the play, continuing to attack, continuing to pressure. And even if you think you're beat to a ball, at the very least, try to force a play, get the body, do something. Because if you leave Lev or you leave Soares fully uncontested with the ball, you may as well be giving up a goal right there.
Yeah, and I mean, with Brock, as we mentioned, their talent is superb in this situation. They're up already in this best of 5. Game 2 gets started immediately, and we see a demo off the rip. U of T Blue, they're going to want to get going quick, but Soares the one to have it. Trying to get it cleared here will be Jardine. Flying in will be Frostbeard. They still can't do much with it. Meza in the middle. He has a bit of a lane, but not enough boost. Still trying to flip it up. Plays it against the wall for himself. He gets the finish! What a solo play from Meza! He was really managing the boost here. You can see it trying to find the pads. Able to play it off the wall, and he sneaks it right there by the near post. What a start for U of T 2.
Another slow start for Brock, but a great play by Meza. The problem with Brock there was they all got lost, trapped on low boost. They fell back, gave him a ton of space, and they got burned for it like pretty much immediately.
Mesa now chases again. He wants to get a double up quickly. We know that they strike early on, and how will U of T try to respond beyond that? They're not able to get a response immediately. Lev, the one who has it, trails past one, flips it up, and it's not able to be converted defensively. Lev, what a play here. Look how he flips it over Jardine in a disgusting air dribble to finish this one up.
Fantastic play by Lev, like really, really, really strong. And it's expected. He is the best player on this Brock squad, and he's showing it. And instead of going down 2-0 before countering, they only went down 1-0, which means we're all tied up with 4 minutes 21 to play. We will see if U of T has another answer, but Brock just seems like they're just getting started here.
We'll just see how they respond. The opportunity still remains in the U of T end. Lev tries to get it clear. Cannon will be flying Penguin attacking into the Brock zone. Jardine, his chance deep, goes all the way to the back wall. Once again, Mesa, his opportunity, saved by Lev. Great opportunity, still flying around, still trying to get a response. Mesa, what a finish there. He comes flying in. It was a bit of a scramble in the air. Flying Penguin, not able to get anything crazy on it, off the back of the glass, and the finish from Mesa to make it 2-1. U of T are fighting.
Yeah, almost Lev, almost with the squishy save to get the touch there, but he just was a little off. And they're giving, Brock, I feel like, is just giving U of T way too much space, way too much respect, and it's working in their favor, as that is just a really, really rough one to give up if you're U of T.
2-2 now the score. Lev gets a breakaway. Everyone went for the ball there and ended up bouncing the way of Brock. Lev, the one left open on the breakaway. And, you know, for myself as someone who has peaked Plat 1, I'm pretty sure I could even convert on this opportunity here. 2-2, the scoreline now.
Yeah, heavy overcommit. You don't want to be doing that if you're U of T. You're squandering every lead, every opportunity. Nice touch from left to Soares. Soares to the back wall. Vertical here. Awkward. Infield pass, but nobody there to read it. But Lev, oh, that's a rare miss from Lev. Forcing on the back wall here. Off target, though. That's one you have to have if you're U of T, but he did not convert.
Lev flying in on that one. Great from him. But it was left there. Brock with their pants down. U of T not able to capitalize. 3:10 remaining in this one. 2-2 the score. Frostbeard controls it here, tries to swing it over, can't get past Jardine. Jardine gets it cleared into the Brock zone. Jardine doesn't chase, and it will go in the way of Lev. Lev pushing forward again, leaves it to Soares. Soares gets a dribble, flips it over to the defender, off the top of the glass. Oh, the kid is a beauty. What a play from Soares. He receives the pass, great little control, flips it over Mesa, and gets a double tap into the bar down. What a finish.
Fantastic pop-up, fantastic double tap. Kept full control, converts. That is textbook. And Brock, believe it or not, gets their first lead.
Jardine wanted to get a double tap off the back wall, couldn't do so, and now they're going to have to get back on defense. Brock attacking again, flying Penguin, his chance, no, but it goes in front for Mesa. He says, I'm walking away with something. 3 from Mesa in this one, and with 2:40, U of T are still fighting.
Yeah, Lev just really passive on that ball. And on top of that, there's 2 in the corner. That is not fantastic for Brock, and really something they got to be better about. But at the end of the day, like, it's only a tie game. There's still half the game to play. Brock just needs to settle in, play their game. Nice touch up to Soares. Soares with a nice beat. Soares going for the bump on the last, but he can't quite get it. As a little bit pressure here from Brock, trying to restore their lead. Shot underneath by Frostbeard. Ball bouncing into the mid. Bad miss. Soares up with some time. Soares up with some space. Soares doubles it through. And another lead for Brock as they lead 4-3. Another classy double tap from Soares.
I mean, he makes it look so easy. The elevation he gets on those plays, the absolute tactical brilliance on the moves. What a play from the kid. Brock up 4-3, but with still over 2 minutes remaining, I don't think we can write out this game just yet. Game 2's really been one to give.
Yeah, there's just been, it never feels like any team, anyone in this game has been able to control and keep control and hold a lead for longer than a couple seconds. So we will see. Flying Penguin looking for the corner read. It's a nice tap up to the mid. Ooh, horrible missing from the side of Brock. Ball up. Looks like it might drop in, but a good save from Soares. But not enough as Flying Penguin follows it in and ties it up.
I mean, Flying Penguin, you're seeing here, Soares goes up to stop it. Doesn't get a great one on it. Penguin flies in on the release. Frostbeard wanted to come in just a little too late. 4-4 now with 1:43 remaining. Kickoff imminent between Brock and U of T. Here it comes.
Ball into the corner. Lev follows it up. Back to Flying Penguin. Flying Penguin gets cut off by Soares though. Soares up with a solo. Soares out to the mid. Frostbeard open net, and he puts it through. Frostbeard gets it through with a vengeance. 50s past 2, floating in front of the net, puts it through. What a play from Soares. What a finish from Frostbeard. And now a minute 31 to play, and it never feels like U of T can hold a lead.
It's been a 5-4 extravaganza. U of T haven't had the lead in a minute. Brock, though, keeps blowing their chances. Can they finally go up by 2? Soares in the middle. Lev can't get it after a great defensive play. Now U of T want to try to get it out. Frostbeard the first one to get it. He plays it back in. He says, no. Get back on defense, young man. Soares going right at it. One tap. He wants to get the double camp. Frostbeard. It's left wide open. It's left wide open there. Everyone just seemed out of boost, out of momentum. And Frostbeard might be one of the simpler ones here for him. Jardine given everything to get back there, but it just seemed no one had boost. It seemed that no one had the momentum. And in the end, that play just is unfortunate with everyone committing just in the wrong spots.
Yeah, Soares drew everyone in. Everyone was stuck on low boost. And by the time it fell to Frostbeard, there was nothing left for a challenge. And Soares again, Soares to Lev. Lev to the corner. Corner wall trying to put it out mid was Lev, but he couldn't quite do so here. As Jardine tries to turn on that, gets past 1. Jardine 1v1. Jardine 1v1. Tries to 50 that through. Can't quite do so here. Frostbeard gets contested early. Off the back wall down to Lev. Lev off the sidewall 50s. Pinches it up. Soares, though, leaves it for Frost. Frost with a little bit of time. Little bit of space. Low boost, but he's able to 50 that one deep. Off the sidewall, though, comes Lev. Lev into the back wall. Trying to put it out mid to Soares. Soares gets 1. Soares gets 2. Soares gets everything. And it's a 7-4 game. Soares, have yourself a game.
Control it, get back on the back wall, beat 1, flip into another, and just a tasty finish for the 3rd one. My goodness, that was disgusting. Oh my word. 7-4 the score here, a 3-goal cushion, and we can't really say anything's impossible in Rocket League, but with now under 20 seconds remaining, U of T needs to get something going quick. If not, they're going to be going down 2-0 here early against Brock. Lev back on defense, can't do much. Jardine pick it up here for U of T. He's trying to dance his way through.
Yeah, this has been a situation where it's going to be a 2-0 lead for Brock, as Brock just has all the pressure, all the control. They toyed with their food a little bit both games with some close moments, but it never felt like U of T ever had control. They had a lead, they tied it up a bunch, but they never felt truly in control. And Brock, I'm not sure even if they're giving 100%. They, like, when Soares takes control and goes up and makes those solo plays, it is almost unstoppable for this U of T side. And Soares picked it up. He was a part of just about every goal. 3 goals, 2 assists, 2 saves, 6 shots. Like, what do you even do against that?
Can't really do much against that. That's the simple reality of it. The kid was fantastic today. A lot of great solo plays, a lot of talent in his way of play. It was fantastic. U of T, you take a look at their stat side. Jardine, after a really good game 1, a tough one here in game 2, didn't really register a goal or assist, didn't get a save, which he was very, very prominent on in that first one. U of T, they need everyone really clicking in to really get something here. And now you have your back against the wall in what should be a very, very interesting matchup. Granted, one of the big things that we talk about is not only the goal difference, but also how quickly or how long these series go. U of T, if they really want to try to put themselves in a best position, damage control, so to say, with more matches against McMaster and against Fanshawe, they really need to either steal a game or keep this one as close as possible as we get started for game 3 here, Ray.
Yeah, if goal difference ends up being the difference maker, it's not fantastic for U of T as Lev leaves for Soares. Soares with control. Soares into the back wall, but a good backboard defense there by Jardine. as Meza with a little bit of time, a little bit of space. He's been great in the start of these games, but it gets pinched out.
Meza's been magical early. Jardine here, after a bit of a struggle last time out, he's going to be put onto the mast here again. Frostbeard, he goes up off the bar, back in the middle. It's loose. No one's picking it up, and it finally gets cleared here by U of T. Soar's the one to pick it up. Jardine chases him all the way down. Soar still fighting, gets the blade off the top. Can't. Cleared out by Frostbeard. Meza still keeps it pressure on. Meza attacking. Meza pushing. What can he do? He can't really be much there, though. Soars gets it out only as far as Jardine. Picked up by Lev. Lev, though, it's met by Meza. Meza still pushing forward. He wants to get something. Lev plays it back out once more. Soars takes it up against the wall, tries clearing it, changes sides here on the pitch. Jardine putting pressure. He can't do much. Penguin still fighting with it. Jardine still going at it, and it will be once again back in the middle. A lot of back and forth between both these teams, but no capitalization just yet here, Ray.
Yeah, Brock's warmed into every single one of their matches where they've gotten better as it's gone on. And so U of T not being able to score early is not really a good sign in my opinion, but we will see. A nice touch there from Jardine to get it cleared, but only as far as Soars. Flying Penguin clears it, but only as far as Lev. And a lot of the control has been giveaway touches. You're right that neither team has had a ton of opportunities, but Brock has had a bit more possession because it feels like most of the touches that U of T is getting are going right into one of the members of this Brock squad. Nice play from Lev. Lev going for the double, but a fantastic save by Penguin.
Still, it's up in the air. Still the pressure on. Another great play from Meza. The cleanup there by Soars. You just don't have enough people guarding the net here. Unfortunate on it. A great play from Penguin earlier. Meza able to clean up nicely. But when Soars comes flying in, it's still just not enough for U of T Blue. With 3:01 remaining in Game 3, 1-0 is the score, and Brock in this game has been kind of in the middling aspects of it. They use their high possession to finally take the lead. How do U of T respond here? We'll just have to see. Meza, we're seeing it from his perspective. The opportunity goes on the net, but Brock not able really to convert it. Penguin still continues on, playing it forward.
Yeah, Penguin still has control. Taps it to mid. Meza with the shot, but it's just wide by Meza. That is the best opportunity U of T has had this series, but they can't capitalize on it. As Soars gets 50 to the sidewall. Good bit of control for U of T. Bit of scrambly for Brock, but they can't capitalize, and now it comes back into the U of T side, and they're stuck playing defense. Good 50 there by Frostbeard, but it ends up getting hit right into Soars. Soars out to the mid, tries to get a nice tap, ends up tapping it past his teammate. Not ideal, but it is continued pressure here for the side of Brock.
U of T got to get out of this one here. Still the pressure's on. That one just off to the side. Meza goes to chase. Not able to convert on that one. There was Lev who went flying in, but Soars picks it up. He's going right at it. Able to beat one, but Penguin gets just enough. The boost gets picked up though for Soars. He's really going to keep it pushing again. Up the wall goes Lev. He's with Soars. It's just the two of them. He beats one. Goes right to Soars. Cleared out immediately by Penguin. All the way deep. Who's going to chase it? It will be Frostbeard, who's already back. Still the pressure's on. The shot saved by Frostbeard. Jardine one pick it up. U of T want to keep it going. 1:30 remaining in this game. How are they going to keep it on pushing? Penguin, the one back. It will be Soars. It will be Lev on a 1-2. No one really able to communicate there. Penguin not able to get that double tap. Second opportunity here for Jardine. He can't pick it up. Frostbeard the one to bring it up. He slows it down for a second. Picked up by Lev. He plays it back out. Soars able to get it clear. Chased down by Lev. No one is back. There is one. He's going what he can. Him and Meza back and forth, and it's pinched. And it's pinched. Lev with the goal here. And I want to take a look again here, because was it a teammate or a defender that came flying in to add the power? It was Jardine. That's tough. Lev was in there. Meza giving everything he could on the one-on-one, and Jardine just too much power when he comes flying in.
Yeah, they registered that goal for Lev, but if this was under football rules, it would have been an own goal, because that was totally Jardine that knocked it through. Jardine trying to clear this one out, gets immediately cut off here. 1 minute, a 2-goal lead. Brock trying to get the sweep, trying to keep that pressure, as they have given U of T pretty much no life here as we come down to the last 45 seconds. Soars, nice beat on one. Bit of a whiff by Penguin here as it's left to Soars. Soars going for the double. Soars misses. That's a rare double tap miss from Soars. But with this little time left, you would think it doesn't matter, but it might, as Meza puts it through, and it's only a 1-goal lead with 30 to play.
I mean, for that chance for Soars, it was a rare double tap miss, but U of T was ready to catch him on the counter on the case that he did miss. They do just that. Meza, the one who's been goal scoring so far through these games, he gets the one here for U of T, and it's not over just yet. 30 seconds remaining. We'll see if they're able to force OT into deep the zone. It goes, though. It will be Frostbeard playing it up, come flying in. This is a teammate. It will be Source. He can't get it, and it's going all the way back. Meza has it, plays it into the middle, just over Lev. What a finish from Jardine, and a quick fire double here for the University of Toronto. U of T with a great one. He loops it over Lev, and that's just a cheeky little chip. 19 seconds left in this one.
Yeah, I don't know how Brock managed to let this slip away, but now it's completely squared up. I'm sure they're not too stressed about it because they hold such a lead in the series, but you don't want to give some life to a team like U of T that has given you trouble in spurts.
Never crack open the window when the door's right there. Opportunities pushing up again. Soars with the pressure. Jardine able to just get it out, but only as far as Lev. Meza gets demoed. Up goes Soars, bumped in the air. Flying Penguin, the one to pick it up. It's overtime. We hit the bottom of it here, and now we're going to get going again into OT. And Jardine, the one to kind of win it. Lev, the one to pick it up. Him and Meza go up. It's tipped all the way. Picked up by Source. He gets one touch. He flips for a second one. Doesn't get there. It's cleared into the corner by Meza. And now U of T still scrambling defensively. Meza, though, bringing it up on the break.
Yeah, nice 50, though, from Soares. Soares still has control. Little awkward on the side of U of T. They get a tap away, but is anyone there? Frost 50s it to side. Lev hits it up. Lev with some control. Lev up to Soares. Soares with the 50, but it's off target. Good block there, but I believe that was Meza. Frost, though, out to the midfield. Frost, but gets cut off by Soares. Soares to Lev. Lev to the roof. But Frost is up. Frost is up. Hard off backboard. Follow up off the post.
Still the pressure is on U of T. Had everything on them, but now they're going to try to catch him on the break. Meza, he can't pick it up. He's just going to rotate all the way back. Lev, the one bringing it up in the air. It's knocked forward by Soares. It seems to be on target off the post. Is anyone going to clean it up? It will be Frostbeard, and that's the end of this one. Good night, ladies and gentlemen, for this game. And I mean, in my opinion, this has just been the story of U of T. You get one stop defensively, you force a miss here or there, but in the end, the coordination of this Brock team is just too much. You're left two out of position, and Frostbeard, the sub, he scores only one in this game, one for each of the members of Brock, and Frostbeard sends this one to its end. 3-2, the end of game 3, as Brock walk out victors 3-0 in this best of 5 against U of T. And I mean, if I'm U of T, though, it was a tough one, especially if you sit here, you look at the scoreboard, but I'm feeling pretty good about how we're playing here. Just clean up a couple things heading into our other matches in this group. What do you think, Ray?
Yeah, Brock was definitely predicted to top this group, so this is not a surprise. If U of T Blue can play like this in the rest of their series, though, they have a decent chance to finish second and maybe make a push to make day 2, but we will see if they have it in them. It was a pretty good showing from Brock. Frostbeard, the McMaster player subbing in for Brock, he had a pretty good showing. It's really nice to see him score in this meaningful moment because his team, I believe, got eliminated in the morning. And so it's great to see him stepping up, great to see him playing well. And overall, I think it's been an excellent series. Looking ahead, though, the next match commentated by Colin and Sean will be a match between Durham and Seneca College.
I think it's going to be a very, very fun one to see there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching here. We'll be going on a quick little break, but for myself, South Furball here, the one and only Ray, thank you so much for watching. And soon you'll be seeing our very own and beloved Cubics get onto the mic. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, and as you can see, our beloved friend Cubix isn't on here, and that's because he's really important and is needed elsewhere. So you might be hearing his beautiful voice and seeing his beautiful face later, but for now, I'm joined by the one and only Silwo. Silwo, how are we feeling today? I mean, obviously, you were supposed to call this with Cubix, but you still get a TMU alumni here to watch this TMU Durham game, which should be shaping up to be a really fun one here in the group stage.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this one, actually. I was kind of anticipating this one, especially the last one was kind of just a 3-0 sweep. We don't really like 3-0 sweeps here. So I really like to see a very intense matchup between these two teams, TMU and Durham. They always love going at each other, so I'm ready for some action.
I mean, this TMU team, as we know, this season's been very different to previous ones because there's no more Krusty, there's no more Willie Mandam. They're both here to support the team, but it's played in deep for this TMU side. They're going to take on this Durham team, obviously spearheaded by Cressy and Jay. We also have, I believe that is Miley. I have no idea because the X doesn't make a sound, but you know who does make a sound? Him. He scores immediately, man.
Yeah.
What a finish there to get things going early. 4:45 left in this one, and he's able to fly in, give it a little kiss on the way in, and it's 1-0 immediately for Durham.
Yeah, 15 seconds in. That's what you want for if you're Durham. I think that was a great shot. Great read off the backboard. Actually, the crossbar, but now they're on the attack here. TMU, Monk into midfield to Fondue. Doesn't quite get the touch there.
Monkey doing what he can there off the back wall, can't do much. Jay, the one to pick it up here for Durham. Still in the middle. Monkey back into the middle. Sobo, the one to pick it up, can't finish it. Cressy, the one bring it up. He's trying to attack. Sobo still not letting him out. They're finally going to try to get it out of their own habits. Cressy's going to play it immediately. Plays one off to himself. He can't really get it going. Monkey, the one to pick it up. Miley, the one fighting, still goes immediately into the corner. Jay, the one to pick it up. Fondue comes flying in. Him and Jay, 50 in the air. Cressy trying to get it out, but it will be Monkey playing it back into the Durham zone. Still we push. Still we attack. Seeing where it goes. Fondue going up. Miley going up. Fondue the one to get it. Jay comes flying in. He tips it back on over. Cressy controls it. And now Durham the one on the break. Fondue back on defense. Trying to stop Cressy. Plays it back. Sobo the one to pick it up. He's going to want to try to get it out. Still attacking in this end. Sobo, hard attack off the backside. Can't do much with it. Clipped back up. Cressy the one flying up. No one able really to recover. And now as we wait, Monkey trying to beat Miley. Does just that here on one.
Beautiful.
Gets the 50. And it's almost cleared by Miley. But Monkey with a great finish there. 3-3-3 on the clock, 1-1 the game. We'll see if the numbers keep on repeating, but it's been great here early so far between these sides.
Yeah, beautiful 50 there from Monkey. Absolutely dunks on whoever the third was. And then with 3:33 left, tie game. We'll see who gets it next. Fondue looking already start the attack. Monkey will get the 50. No, he gets beat out. Jay on the ball, gets the flip reset, gets it around one. Monkey clears it out to the side. Goes for the flip reset. Doesn't have much boost to his name. Cressy floating in. Doesn't get the challenge that he wanted. Sobo clearing it off the line. Only as far as Jay. Jay to the side looking for the double. Doesn't get the double. Cressy gets with the 50. With the demo as well. An open net and a shot from Miley. 2-1. 3:05 left on the clock.
I'm really hoping that Miley's family, friends, or himself when they watch back aren't like, hey, that's not how you say my name, but I don't really care when you're tucking two away. Great here from him. 2-1 for Durham. They really get off started. And 3:05, Papi Dale, mire, I'm people, you know how we do. A great little chance opportunity here to get things going once more. Cressy attacking. Fondue able to chip it back in. And it will still just kind of settle here for a moment. Jay chases, can't. Fondue going back, and it will be picked up by Sobo. Sobo, Miley comes flying in, can't do much with it. Cressy plays it back in. Miley back inside. Fondue gets it clear, and it will be Monkey on the break. He can't get that over the touch. Can't get it really. Jay the one chasing. Monkey chasing all the way back across. It will be Miley still fighting for it. It's still within the Durham zone. TMU trying to get something going. Come on, Bold. Let's see how they do. Opportunity doesn't really go. Cressy trying to do something for Durham. Jay the one to get it clear. Monkey flying up, loses the 50, still remains in the TMU zone. Sobo, he's the one to pick it up. It's loose. Miley has it. He wants to add another one. Plays it into the middle. Jay not able to get there as Monkey gets it clear. It will be picked up immediately by Cressy. He gets it clear. Jay plays it, but Fondue gets great defense on it. Sobo now wanting to bring it up the wall, trying to pinch it out. Cressy meets him up there. It's loose again in the middle. Cleared up by Monkey, but still just chilling at the half. Monkey wanting to get it out fully. Tries cutting back, but Jay the one to block it. It's loose. It's going all the way back, but it will not really hit the net. Off to the side once again. Sobo fighting. It's just a bit of a dogfight here between these two sides. Scrappy, not able to do much. Cressy just across the face of goal. It kisses it, but it doesn't quite commit it, and it still continues on here. Fondue not able to do much. Monkey pushes again, cleared out by Miley. Fondue in the middle again, wanting to keep the pressure on. He can only get it as far as Miley. Him and Cressy back and forth. Shot goes all the way to Jay because Fondue able to attack once more. TMU's putting all the pressure on here, but they've just not been able to get that opportunity. Miley now. Durham want to try to add one more. A potential dagger here with 3:20 remaining. Cressy flies. He gets it off the post. It goes off the bar, and it still continues on. Cleared all the way for TMU. The pressure's still going. Jay not able to get it out. Sobo, the pressure on. Cressy wanted to get it out. He beats one. He's going deep. It will be played by Monkey into the corner. Cressy plays it up. Still into the middle. Nothing there. And Cressy's still chasing. Nothing in this play. Miley one attack. He goes for the bump. Isn't able to get the bump, but the ball doesn't sneak through. They still attack. TMU one save. TMU another save. Cressy gets it out. And now Durham back in their own zone. 45 seconds. They just got to hold on. Monkey doing what he can. Sobo can't do much with it. Still gets cleared out by Jay. Opportunity picked up by Fondue. He controls it into the middle. It's picked up quickly by Miley. Monkey's pushing forward. He gets it back in deep. Jay controls on it. 30 seconds for TMU, or if not, they're walking away with a loss in game one. Jay tries styling. Miley tries cleaning. He can't do it. And they continue on here. Once more, the pressure's on. Fondue needs to be the one to get it clear. Does just that. Jay comes to commit. 50's him. Monkey reads it in the air. Miley beats him on it, plays it forward. Cressy playing it back into the zone. Time is running out for TMU, and it's looking like Durham are going to take a 1-0 series lead here early. It's been an absolute dogfight. It's still not over. Bouncing around. Durham trying to get it down on the ground. TMU wanting to keep it up in the air. It's still up in the air. Cressy ices it. 3-2 in a phenomenal game between both these sides. Silvo, what do you got to say about this? What a game to start things off here. 2-1 the score. I said 3-2, 2-1.
Yeah, brilliant game one there. Both teams fighting it out there. Durham obviously coming out on top thanks to that goal from Miley. I still don't know how to pronounce that name. However, doesn't matter. As he is the MVP of this match, Durham do take the advantage in this best of 5.
And I mean, we look at it here. It was really all Miley in this one. 2 goals, obviously the 2 that you needed to end up coming out on top. He had one fantastic save, and that's the one that got registered, but it was crucial for it. But TMU, they looked solid defensively. So many shot opportunities for Durham. TMU really needed to get back defensively. They did their job there. But offensively, it just seemed a bit tough for TMU. They weren't winning their 50s. They didn't seem like they were rotating in the way that they needed to capitalize here. Silva, what changes do you think we're going to probably hear from Coach Willie Mandem or whoever on the side of TMU to try to get these boys to make some changes for this game 2 coming up?
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to bring out the playbook that he so handily brought with him, actually. So I think the plan is to use that playbook to his advantage, bring out some plays, tell his boys what to do, see if they can adjust around to this Durham playstyle that they have. As you can also see from their attack, they only had 2 shots there. One of them did go in, but you can't just get a goal with 2 shots.
Shots. I mean, if you're the Montreal Canadiens, you probably can because that's just the way it's looked for them this season. But this is Rocket League, not the NHL. And we'll see if TMU can convert that stout defense into some good offense. Live for game 2 again, and it's deep into the TMU zone. A demo from Jay. Cressy comes flying in to put pressure. Fondue gets the save, and it's been more of the same to begin this one. Durham putting all the pressure on TMU. TMU holding on for dear life. Jay pushing up quickly, plays it in deep off the back wall, plays it again off the post, not able to finish. Are you kidding me? Durham needing to do something. Cressy stops it. Monkey gets it clear. Still loose in the middle. Jay tried getting it out. Can't. Fondue the one chasing. Coming flying in is Sobo to stop another opportunity again. And it's still just stuck in this TMU zone. Monkey loses the 50 in the air. It's picked up by Fondue. Still putting up this opportunity. Miley doing what he can. Can't do much on this one. Tries getting it out. Sobo the one to meet him. Who's going to be the one to get it clear? It seems it will be Jay, but no, it's tipped back in by TMU. TMU doing what they can. Cleared back out by Durham. And now we'll be seeing an attack forming. No, TMU is going to gather themselves. Fondue Pauses for a second. Monkey, the one, has it. Miley reads it beautifully, but Monkey was anticipating that potentially happening. Still it continues. Jay met up in the air. Continued by Fondue. Tipped onto the back wall. Monkey trying to chase it down, but it gets cleared. It gets hit once more by Miley. Still it continues on in this one. Jay, the one to pick it up. He's going to go up for a double tap. Off one. Misses the double tap. Second opportunity. And Miley, the one to finish. He got 2 in the first one, and he gets the first one in the second one. A lot of 1s and 2s, but it doesn't matter. It's his 3rd of the series. Miley makes it 1-0 for Durham.
Yeah, Miley beat the lethal shooter out there. 1-0. Durham taking the advantage here in game 2. See if they can pile on more goals. TMU, it's up to you to respond.
We'll see how they do. The defense has been crucial for him. Cressy, his shot goes a bit long off the top of the bar. Here comes flying in, is chasing if he can steal something here, but TMU able to maintain it pretty simply. Couple just heard a scream over there. Are we going to be seeing something magical, or was that just in another game happening right now live elsewhere? Who knows? Miley doing what he can. Not much on that opportunity. Still pushing forward here. It's loose in the middle. Jay the one to get it clear here for his side. It goes back into their own end. Miley chasing down. Still continuing on will be Sobo. Sobo can't get to it. Miley the one to chip it forward. Goes to Jay, but he's right first by Monkey. Still, Jay pushing up still. Doing what he can. Monkey stops for a second. It's tipped back inside. Miley the one to control. Miley the one to push up. And it still will go. 2:40 remaining. 1-0 the score if you somehow haven't been watching. And it is Durham up 1-0 in this series. Best of 5.
Yeah, so far Durham just have not let their foot off the gas one bit. TMU do needs to respond here. Fondue getting above on the double tap. No good as it's saved by Jay. Sobo trying to keep the ball into play here. It gets cut out. Jay again with a shot on target. Fondue with the save. Just barely reaching it. Gets a 50 off there. There you go. Monkey does clear downfield. Fondue full boost off to the backboard. Where's the shot? Sobo's there. Gets a 50 though. TMU trying to relent, trying to put on some pressure here. 2 minutes left on in game 2. Cressy midfield down to Miley. Miley with the shot. It's kind of weak. Monkey does get the save there. Jay up to Cressy. Cressy does have a backboard. Immediately denied by Fondue. Clear away.
TMU's been having great defense so far. They've been holding on for dear life, but the attacks that they've been able to put together just haven't been high percentage. They haven't been great looks. We're seeing what they can do because defensively, they're holding on to for dear life, doing everything they can to stop Durham. The opportunity by Jay into the middle. The second opportunity, Cressy keeps it low, and he slots it in. It's a great play here all around by Durham. Jay played it up off the post, and Cressy knew that Monkey and Sobo were going to try to make a play for it, so instead of finishing high, keeps it as low as possible, finishes it with no issue. 2-0 with 1:28 remaining.
Yeah, all three Durham players getting involved there. Brilliant play out of them. TMU, need to see some offense from you, man. It's been you've been good defensively, but you need to get some offense. You need to get some goals. However, you have conceded 2 at the start. Cressy looking for 3, gets the double. Fondue does get the backboard clear. Monkey a little bit slow to that ball. It's open net, and it's 3-0.
It feels like a miscommunication from TMU. The 50 there with Fondue. Monkey chases in the corner. Miley able to get it off the wall and be clear, and no one back on the rotation for TMU. A tough situation there for the Bull, and immediately it's 3-0 with 1:07 remaining in this game 2. Durham have been dominant throughout this game, and now the scoreline really reflecting what we've been seeing throughout this one. Still though, a lot of Rocket League remaining. Sobo not able to get much on that chance. Fondue keeps it inside the Durham zone. They keep on fighting. It goes all the way out. Cressy the one to pick it up. He gets a shot saved by Sobo. Getting back, but Cressy keeps the pressure up. Still it gets stopped. Still it continues. Miley pausing for a second. Monkey the one driving up. Pressure from TMU, but nothing for it. And now Cressy up the wall. He beats one. He's able to maintain. He's going to slow it down for a second, lay it back for a teammate. It's Miley. He gets a tip. Not able to do much. Sobo gets demoed. Jay with the pressure keeps it going.
Beautiful.
What a play. What a play from Jay. Had a nice little air dribble here. You can see it on the tap. Controls it to himself. And instead of bumping it right back up, he leverages it low. He reads the defense beautifully. TMU, I mean, there's nothing really you can do there. What a play for Durham.
Elite mind game there from Jay. Definitely realizing that both of them were going high. Goes low. Here he is on the ball again, though. Cressy is pre-jumping off the ceiling. Trying to get back on defense, I believe. I don't think that was a pre-jump, but now here he is on the ball with a shot. It is relentless from Durham.
I mean, the first little bit, of this match so far. We were looking at it, we were saying, oh man, Durham, they're putting in the shots. They're just not seemingly able to break down TMU. But in this last 2 minutes of the game, the floodgates have really opened. 5-0 Hawaii style. 15 seconds remaining here in game 2. But I mean, it's been a rough one here. And I mean, someone once told me to really come back, you need at least 9 seconds in Rocket League. And we're definitely past that now. And I mean, with 5-0, that definitely isn't the way to go. The ball's played up. TMU probably want to ice this, try to go one more game here, get to game 3 as soon as possible and discuss this out. Durham, 5-0 on the score sheet. A big game from Cressy, a big game from all of them all around. A great game from the Durham Lords here against TMU.
Yeah, and again, TMU putting up 2 shots again in game 1 and game 2. They have a total of 4 shots. That's not what you want to see. You want to see yourself putting more shots on the net, making Durham panic, going for touches that they don't want to make. And I think if you're Willie Mandem, the coach of TMU, I would tell my boys, just calm down, boys. Let's put some more pressure on. Let's get the boys to lock in. It's always good having that coach, seeing they're down 2-0. Hopefully Willie Mandem will actually spark some inspiration into them.
Well, we'll see where it ends up going here for TMU. One more game coming very soon to own on Blu-ray or DVD. But also very much available
Maybe now.
here on Twitch. Live right now. And I mean, these games, it's been close between both Durham. It's been close between TMU. I feel like, again, 5-0 is a bit too punishing for how TMU have been playing. But yeah, the lack of offense from this side, they haven't been able to convert through 2 games so far. Only 1 goal scored. They really need to lock in and try to find the back of the net. Not just as many times as possible, but at least here in game 3 to really get things started going as soon as possible.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like if you're TMU, it's time to put some more offense on. Your defense is pretty good. That's what you want to see, though. 2 seconds in, Fondue off the kickoff. A brilliant coordinated kickoff there.
I mean, Monkey the one, little speed flip there, plays it up. It's blocked by Jay, but it gets followed up immediately by Fondue, and it won't be picked up by Cressy. The man in trail, not able to really get there. 1-0 immediately for TMU, and that's exactly the start we were talking about.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. Start a reverse sweep potentially here as Miley is on the ball, does get the double as far as Fondue. TMU keeping possession now. This is the way you want to see. None less of the bang ball. Monkey hits it to the backboard. Sobo choosing it to try and play it into midfield. Denied by Cressy. A brilliant catch there from Cressy. Trying to get past the entire TMU defense. Only as far as Fondue, though. Jay on the ball. Sobo bang into midfield. This is looking a lot better. There is a spark of hope. There is some offense here from TMU. Monkey on the ball. Gives it away. Fondue does get the clear. Cressy forcing an awkward touch there. Monkey does get the 50 there. Sobo, another 50. It's just been a battle with the midfield field so far. It's looking a lot better. Non-defense a lot, TMU. And you need to see some offense here. Sobo, we'll give it to you. Nice, another midfield pass, but again, no one's ready though. Miley looking for demos. Just leave the ball. Cressy's there. Denied by Sobo. Sobo will choose to clear the ball downfield. Is anyone there from TMU? No. Jay will collect. Take it up the wall. Cross it to midfield, straight to Miley. Miley does get the beat. Off the ceiling. Does he have the flip? Does he have the double? He fakes it for Cressy. That is a beautiful play for Durham and a response.
What else is there to say? What a finish there, Silwo. Great team play in this one. Cressy with a great finish in the top left corner. Makes it 1-1. And I mean, Durham, now they're coming to play here, doing what they can. And TMU, got to see what they can do. They had that goal off the kickoff. How do they capitalize here and continue it going?
Pass.
Jay, watching as Cressy flips it up, beats his man. What a chance here. Jay, the one to try to dunk it in, can't do so. It's played back into the middle, and now it will be Monkey. He plays it out once more for TMU, but it's still not fully cleared. Miley, the one chasing, it goes into the Durham Lords zone. Still, it continues forward. Cressy up to Miley, can't much. Jay off the back wall, gets tipped by Fondue. Loose once again in the middle. Sobel the one to chase. Cressy the one to have it. Tipped right back up. Cressy the one chasing. Still fighting. Flips to himself. Beats one. The cleanup wasn't there. Now Jay left scrambling. Monkey, a little bit of tomfoolery there. Monkey almost catches Jay sleeping. Can't do just that. Fondue into the middle. Sobo, he can't be the one to pick it up and finish. Now the pressure continues. Sobo not able to really get it. He's going to be the one primarily chasing. Fondue has it 50 all the way back. The pressure still remains in the zone of TMU. Jay into the middle. Miley the one chasing it again. Can't really get there. Monkey flips it up to himself. Flips it up again.
Yeah, I feel like TMU doing a lot better this game compared to the first 2 games. Don't really know the shot counter here, but Miley looking for the double tap. Sobo will clear. Pre-jump from Jay. It gets quite far. Nice pass to Cressy. Cressy with some boost in the tank. Gets it to the backboard. We'll steal that corner boost, though. It's crucial in order to keep this offense going. Miley, though, does get beat by Monk. Third man die from Jay. Fondue. 30 boost to his name. Seems like for the side of TMU. They didn't have a lot of boost, but they have collected some pads now. Here's Miley in the field pass. Doesn't get the touch. I think that was Cressy on the goal line. Doesn't get the touch he wants. Fondue now on the counter attack. Here comes TMU. They need to put some shots on net. And Jay will clear. Sobo onto the backboard. Bang the ball again. This bang ball play doesn't seem to be working so far. I feel like if more possession can be kept, just like how Durham has been keeping this ball closest to their car as possible, I feel like the TMU should get some chances here.
Continuing forward here. Jay has it popping all the way around. Miley the one to chase. Can't really get there. Second opportunity, no. And still it continues. 1:17 remaining. We're tied here, but all the pressure's in the TMU zone. Durham wanting to get one more to try to close out this series, but TMU want to try to force game 4. They're still fighting for it. Fondue plays it up. Jay keeps the pressure on for Durham. Sobo has it, but the boost is won by Jay. He leaves it over to Cressy.
Oh, what a
Cressy with the
beautiful
finish,
play.
but it's off the post. Just a bit too inside on the finish. Still, it continues on. Cressy the one to chase. Miley the one giving more pressure. Sobo the one to continue on, and Sobo's the one to get it cleared. He's the one continuing on the play here in the Durham zone. Still pushing it forward once again. Not able to do much with it. It's played all the way back, and now Monkey the one to have it. He plays it back into the middle. Holding on, nothing crazy. Picked up by Cressy. Cressy one air dribble. Second touch. Plays it off the wall. Knocked back into the middle. It's picked up by Jay. He's the one putting the pressure. No one's there to clean it up. It will be Miley, but Fondue gets there first. Nothing there on this one. Nothing spectacular. Shot from the ceiling from Cressy. He can't really convert on it. They still continue on the pressure. Still it goes. 18 seconds, 17 seconds, 16 seconds. The clock is running. Jay plays it off. He wants to try to continue it on, but Sobo the one trying to get an attack. Tipped on by Miley. It continues forward. Monkey, the pressure goes. Jay knocks it down into the ground. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Cressy wants an opportunity. Cressy with the winner at the death, and Durham College sweeps TMU. What a beautiful play from Cressy. He's the one to get there just in time. Gives the ball a little kiss, why don't ya? And he finishes it with a touch of genius. Durham College, they trailed as early goes in this game, but they come out on top in another nail-biter. Game 1 was 2-1, Game 3 was 2-1, and Durham walk out of here 3-0 series winners in their showdown against CMU.
Correct, Game 2 was 5-0, but I agreed, though. Cressy, ice cold in his veins, clutching it out on 0 seconds against TMU. If you're TMU, that is very unlucky. It does hurt your chances to make day 2. As for Durham, I think they have a chance to make day 2 here now with this win.
They definitely do have a chance here to make it to day 2, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll be taking a look here at what is next on our broadcasting schedule. Let's take a quick look here at the sheet, ladies and gentlemen. And they cut to us beautifully here on the camera. We ended up missing that for a moment, but we take a look quickly. Not standings, Saturday afternoon groups. With this win, the Durham Lords are up 3-0. They end up coming out on top in this group. TMU, they still have to play U of T White, and that will be our next broadcast game, ladies and gentlemen. So TMU, off the back of that result, will they be able to come out on top? They'll have to take on this U of T White team that's going to be hungry, especially after U of T Blue had a tough one earlier. Silvo, anything else you want to add here real quick?
I don't think I got anything much to say apart from a well-fought game there from Durham. Durham played insanely well, able to put the pressure on TMU. TMU just never got the gear starting, to be honest. And apart from that, I'm looking forward to more Rocket League right after this break.
Right after this break, ladies and gentlemen, from Silvo, I'm Stout Furball. Thank you so much for watching, and see ya for what's next, obviously.
Oh, I dream just to be where you are, in a world I can see where you are, though you are meant to be. Wish you're here next to me, where you dream just to be where you are, in a world I can see where you are, though you are meant to be. Wish you're here next to me, where you are.
No, honestly, it's been fun. I think we're going.
All right.
We are rolling.
We are rolling at Campus Carball. This is the last game of the night between TMU and U of T White. TMU coming off a tough 3-0 loss to Durham.
Yes.
And Joel on this call with me is really well acquainted with TMU after beating them 3-0.
Yeah, just a little bit. Honestly, like we scrimmed them a lot, we've played them a lot, and so we definitely expected to be a lot closer. The games are still relatively close, but you really never know what you're going to get with that level of play. It could be a sweep, it could be game 5s, and just today it happened to be a sweep. So they're still looking really strong, and I do of course favor them going into this U of T White series. But yeah, I mean the boys are moving. You really don't know what to expect. So
yeah, I don't know much. I know the TMU squad fairly well from like they're at least some part from teams I've casted in the past instances of Campus Carball. But this U of T White team, don't know very well at all.
Yeah, so they actually in a way shouldn't have been here. So basically, with the overall standings, it's U of T White is the number 18 overall versus TMU being the number 9. So what ended up happening was for the lower spot, a lot of teams couldn't attend. So it kind of kept going down and down and down. And eventually we landed on U of T White, which I want to say is, I believe they're somewhere in the bottom 4 of the entire standing. So if we've ever had an underdog run, it is today. I'm sure they're having a great time playing their matches on land. It's probably their first experience, I would assume. And so going into an experienced team like TMU, not only on the field, but also on home turf at TMU, and with the land experience they have, I think they're in for a test, but it would be quite the upset if they were able to do something today.
So Joel, are you thinking this will be another sweep? So we will go from what was it, 4 game 5s in a row to 3 sweeps in a row?
I think they have it in them to take a game again. So this team, we played U of T White. They were actually one of the games were beating us 2-0, and then we ended up coming back with like a minute or two left to end up winning 3-2. So they have what it takes to win games. So I might be generous and give them one game and say 3-1 to TMU, but I think it's going to be a short one.
Okay, if you're going to go 3-1 for TMU, I'm going to go 3-0 for TMU,
that's
and
fair.
we'll see if one of us can get this right.
Yes.
I
would love a game 5.
I've had 2 series in this today that I've managed to predict out of the 4 I've casted. So
nice, yeah,
a decent enough ratio so far. It looks like both. I believe both.
We've been missing a player.
Hard to say. We're just waiting on confirmation that everyone's loaded up, and then we'll get going. In terms of looking at both of these squads, is there a particular player you think we should watch out for?
Personally, I think it depends what you're looking for. I think overall player, keep an eye on Sobo from TMU. He has really good ground control game. He knows how to play really awkward and play cuts that people aren't going to react to, and we were calming that a lot. So we were prepared for it, but a team like U of T White, if they don't play them a lot, they might not really expect it. Whereas Deshi, he might be going under a different name, might be Monkey. He's very mechanical, sometimes a little too mechanical. Like he'll try to force a mechanical play over something that might be a little safer. But against a team that might create some crazy highlight plays for the day. So you could look at those two for sure. And I think U of T White, it's going to be a story of if they're going to do well, they need to play off each other really well. I don't think it's going to be one star carrying the team.
It's hard to. Not being terribly familiar with the 3 that they brought today. I don't know their ranks. I don't know their level. I think it's completely up in the air. I would assume they're at least at a GC level, but
for sure.
How much can they punch really above that?
That's the thing, right? And so like even when it comes to Grand Champion, it's like there could be such a range, and not only a range, but let's say 2 of them are higher up and then one of them falls off. That changes the whole dynamic. And so like with this game, it's like the dynamic can completely change based on the team's ranks, and so it's never going to be based on just the overall rank. So like I said, if they were able to do what they did against us, I do think they could take a game, but I don't know if TMU is going to be willing to let that happen. It's also last game of the day. Who knows if TMU is going to try to get a little flashy on us, get a little stylish. I don't think they're in contention anymore, right? So they might just try to make some plays.
Yeah, so the 1-1 record that they'd end up with being winning this game, that's not enough to get them through the game today too, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't be also just because one team goes through pool, so Durham, so we went through.
You guys won all your games, obviously. There was the forfeit over Seneca that didn't make it, and your win 3-0 over U of T, and then your win 3-0 over TMU.
Yeah, there's a world where there'd be tiebreaker if there was a like if it wasn't sweeps, but because we got 2 3-0s on the teams we did play, I think that's just cements it. So,
and
but
you
they
have
might go
the-
for plays.
And you have the head-to-head over TMU. But
Right.
TMU's going to want to end on a win.
Yes.
They like playing at home. They'll be sad not to make day 2. They've made day 2 the last couple of the lands, but we'll see how they come out here.
Yeah, I believe they also won one of the, back when it was split up between just regional and premier, it might have been different
They won
names.
regional.
They won the lower tier, yeah. So
Yeah, they won regional.
they're familiar with playing here. It is their campus, and they're going to try to show Toronto, and again, another Toronto school, what's up, I guess. But again, last game of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to be a little stylish and have a little fun and make some highlight plays. So we'll see what we get here.
Yeah, right off the rip here, though. Jealous into the corner, out to Fondue. Fondue putting it on. Oh, Fondue will want to have that one back. Almost gets that one around, but TMU pressing early. Have tons of defense, tons of defense for U of T, and they're just on their back foot right now.
Yeah, this is definitely what I expect from TMU. They like to play very aggressive, play off each other, force the demos. As we see cut coming in here from the side of Toronto, D-Gaming. Missed the ball, shot off to the side, should be easily saved off by Jealous. I believe Jealous, so he changed his name. I think that should be Deshi. I believe that's Deshi. So
Yeah, the name's
love to
not
change,
matching.
yeah.
It's so confusing.
It's very confusing.
Especially on the day.
They, yeah.
But we're doing our best here. We're gonna go off the names that are on the screen and try to make sense of that.
Yeah, so he would be one to look for in terms of like he loves to play very mechanically, as we see he's almost doing something on the backboard there. The ball is going to be cleared out. Fondue playing off to the right wall is going to be cut off by U of T, but Jealous is on the ball backboard. A bit of a hard read cut out is going to be attacked by Sobo. Again, he loves his control, immediately pushing it out, plays it to a teammate, into a save.
Yeah, good. I mean, to be honest, the defense from U of T is showing strong so far. But if you spend an entire game playing defense, making save after save after save, eventually one's going to go in. And if once one goes in, if you're not getting chances, it's the game. So we'll see if they have anything going. That's a nice play from Sobo. Sobo off the backboard, but no one on TMU there to follow up. Now coming back. Oh, nice beat back by D-Gaming, but again, popped up by Sobo. Sobo up to Jealous. Jealous wins the ball down to Sobo. Gets cut off, but a little bit of control here for Fondue. Fondue beat one. Fondue with some time and some space. Just one defender back. Off the backboard. Open net.
And that's the name of the
Jealous puts it through.
Great shot coming in from TMU. Jealous from TMU. That's the name of the game with TMU. They love their control. They love to flick it infield, give it to somebody, and there's just no one home for U of T. I mean, the one person that was home does, go for the save, hits off bar, but that's how TMU is going to want to play this game. They're going to want to play quick. They're going to play infield passes, and when they have the chance to, they'll be a little mechy. So good start from TMU.
Yeah, fantastic start for TMU. And they're obviously not getting as many goals as you would expect them to have to this point, but they have one, and that's all that really matters. We'll see if they try to press, try to get a bit more of a controlled lead. Jealous, though, bounces it out to the midfield, out to Sobo. Sobo trying to get a follow-up touch, can't do so, leaves it for Jealous, but that's a rare miss for Jealous. It doesn't seem like it really made too much of a difference because of how backed off U of T is. U of T does not expect any of the players from TMU to have a whiff. So that amount of respect is really leading to some problems, but Fondue forced up with an awkward spot. That's off target, but no one, U of T expected that touch and immediately fell back. That's the second time.
I'm a little bit impressed still with U of T's transition right now. They're actually doing a really good job of just moving the ball and not just like banging it downfield. One of the most common mistakes you can make against these teams that control well is just hitting it away. And they're doing a great job at actually just catching the ball, forcing it to a teammate, trying to play 50s. Obviously, they're getting a little outpaced, but that's not, that's nothing crazy to understand. It is there are levels to these teams, but they're doing a great job so far, and this game is definitely all but over for them. As U of T might get another one, and I say it, and then Sobo score.
Yeah, I mean, U of T's doing their best. They're getting opportunities. They've had a couple of okay opportunities on the counterattack.
Yeah.
But they got to kind of strike a balance where they know what TMU can do, so they don't want to over-aggress.
Right.
But at the same time, every time TMU makes a mistake, because they're not over-aggressing, they're kind of just like not taking advantage of the opportunities. So it's trying to really strike a balance there. But that's really hard to do when you're constantly playing defense like U of T is.
Right. And as we see, ball out from the side of on the ball. Fondue with the clear off to the corner is going to play the 50. Jealous now waiting for the read. See if Tofu's going to challenge him. He gets beat here. Sidat, it's a little too pushed here. Might be another one for TMU potentially. Is going to be 50'd out, popped out by Sidat.
Yeah, up. Oh, nice
Oh, there
follow-up
is.
time. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, my. Okay, if they scored that, that would have been.
Oh, D
that would have been
Gaming.
impressive.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I mean, they showed that they have the ability to do a lot of things, not just like fundamentally with like good cuts and challenges, but even mechanically, like they do have the ability. It's just like the experience difference, I think, is the biggest part of it. Obviously, Team U's gone through some iterations and rosters over the years, but they still have OG coach William Mandem telling them what to do. They got Sobo's been around for a while, and these new guys have really fit in well with that new play style.
Yeah, and U of T, like, yes, they're clearly a high enough level to do these mechanics to make these plays, but as you were saying, it's the experience and doing it, being able to do it and doing it under this pressure are different things.
Exactly.
A nice tap off backboard though, forcing a great save there from D Gaming. D Gaming goes sitting on the boost, loses all momentum as Sobo tries to put that one on mid, but a great clear there coming out from U of T. But it's a 2-0 lead. Ball's gonna drop. Can you get one for the road? Doesn't look like it. Keeping the ball up though.
Yeah, so far, I mean, with that is going to be TMU getting game number 1. I mean, I'm a little bit surprised that I was definitely expecting a lot more of like trying to go for flashy plays or like it to be a little bit more of a skill diff here, but actually very, very impressed by U of T White. They're getting good saves, they're aggressing well, they're cutting off the balls, and they're actually not just like banging everything away. And that's the recipe to actually take some games off these teams. Obviously, doing it consistently is another story, but it's most definitely doable for U of T, and I like what I'm seeing with them.
Yeah, U of T White, they had their moments. They had D Gaming was obviously like their main, he had the main goal opportunity. He had 3 saves.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing at a good level. He's clearly a GC player. I'm not sure where the others fall, but like they're playing well. They're waiting for the opportunities to present themselves. They're defending decently. They got 4 shots compared to 8. I would have thought it was a bigger gap.
Yes,
but
definitely.
So that's honestly more impressive than I was expecting, but we will see. I'm not sure how TMU is going to play going into game 2. When I was casting that Brock game, I felt like they took their foot off the gas a little bit.
Yes, that's very common. Yeah,
because they didn't have to like try hard. The game was tied, and then they were like, "Oh, we need to win now," and picked
exactly
it up, right? Like,
and with it being lower stakes, obviously, with this being a match for standings versus being for qualification, and it being the last game of the day, that's kind of what I expected. But honestly, you can't really disrespect a team like that's playing well like this in terms of actually challenging you on balls and not giving you respect to just like carry the ball across the field like they could. So
coming in with no expectations, the only in because people dropped.
Yeah,
having a good time just playing their game, like you gotta respect that a little bit.
For sure, it's really nice to see the contrast too between obviously I casted the first game of the day today, and the contrast of like when players are nervous on land, getting used to the setups. It's very common to want to like hit the ball away, and like it's very interesting to see that develop now. Where like it's even for the teams that are lower in the standings, it's like they're wow, almost a shot out by Jealous here. Might be a follow up. It is going to be for Fondue, giving TMU their first goal of game number 2. Just cut me off, Fondue. Just go ahead and tap that one in.
Yeah,
no one on the ball.
Yeah, Jealous. He probably wanted that double to go for him, but it's the fact that TMU wasn't playing for it to go like that. They weren't up quick to counter and allowed a second player to come in and capitalize. And an early goal is not really what you want to see if you're U of T, because they play well defensively, but to be down instantly with the limited offense they were able to provide in game 1, we'll see what they can do here. Sobo, though, hitting it back. Yeah, he's
exactly what he does, what I said.
He's literally just keeping control, keeping pace.
Yeah.
A nice flick from Jealous, but the demo gave some space. But again, the cutoff from Fondue, like every U of T hit trying to get to space, trying to get to a teammate is cut off by someone up in the air. They are very good at that, and that was a good save. But again, it was just like getting a hand up on every pass, on every touch.
And as you said, that's going to be the name of the game, just like using your empty space to your advantage. The problem is, as you were saying, like U of T White, they're a lot stronger on defense. They're doing a very good job at stopping opportunities, but maybe a little bit less so in creating those same opportunities. They're getting challenged pretty well by TMU, and so yeah, they definitely want to take leads here and try to hold them as opposed to going down and trying to make comebacks, because I think they're a lot better off in that sense. But again, still plenty of Rocket League left, and it's very doable. Again, they're still challenging well right now, but it seems like they're getting starved and getting stuck in their half quite a bit, as we see Sobo. He's got his card planted on that mid boost, getting to take all the time he wants. do these awkward plays, sort of these awkward dribble control plays that I was talking about earlier, and it's really difficult to play against.
Yeah, it's timekeeping, right? Like,
Yeah.
you have the lead, you don't need another goal.
Mhm.
Force the U of T players to come out of their comfort zone and push
Exactly.
you on the sidewall, and it works.
Exactly.
And now Jealous is trying to they're obviously going to try to extend to another lead. Sobo with a nice 1v1, but a good play by Tofu. Two really good
He's
50s
making
by
great
Tofu.
50s. Yeah, Tofu is actually really impressing me. Not only 50s, but like he's getting just good soft touches. Like it's really easy to just like miss touch and hit it hard, especially when you're playing almost like above your level or like you're playing to a fast team. But he's doing a great job with that so far, as we see cut off by him as well. Fondu popped over D Gaming. Great, see again, great read from Tofu. That's a great like play to make, even on land and just under all the pressure. Like, respect to him.
Yeah, it's been a good. They're playing well. They're keeping control. Wow, nice touch again from Tofu.
Wow.
He's going from being the main defender to the main attacker in transition, and they're doing a better job of contesting every touch from TMU. That was a beautiful infield pass, but
And cut off.
again,
Yep.
it got cut off into the corner though. Jealous trying to keep that pressure. The problem with U of T is they can make these saves, but can they hold?
Ooh,
And no, they
no.
can't.
Yes, and basically the two things you could expect happening before this series based on how these teams play basically just happened, right? Like, perfect infield pass from TMU. It was cut off, but then if they just keep the pressure up, eventually they're going to fall. And that play right there, you could basically just predict from seeing the matchup, just the names alone. But still, regardless of that, you know, you have to remember, U of T White, number 18, TMU number 9, basically doubled. And even TMU, that's relatively low in terms of like where they sit at typically. So, you know, they're punching above their belt a little bit, but you know, they're gonna keep doing what they can, and I want to see a good goal coming in from U of T. It'd be nice to see.
Yeah, punching above their weight class for sure,
Mhm.
as opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. But the defensive play, we'll see if they can keep this at just a 2-goal deficit. Sobo with a nice, weird, awkward hit.
That's not what you want to see.
You
Yeah.
can't predict that. I don't know how you try to defend
Yeah.
that if you're U of T.
No.
You see Sobo go up, and next thing you know, it's bouncing off the ground.
Yes.
And then obviously, because nobody expected, it's a free shot for Jealous. I think that's another one where there was just so much respect from U of T on Sobo's hit that they weren't ready for it to
Yeah.
be something that wasn't perfect.
But that's the problem, right? Like, especially when you're playing with second man there, like, if you're just pushing up to the spot you're supposed to be in, it makes that decision a lot easier. But the problem is, like, when you push so much and you sort of just let him go, it's really difficult to try to react to that play. So as soon as the first mistake was made, that save is just not really going to be made. Usually, it's quite difficult.
Yeah, but we'll see. Can U of T get a goal? That would be a really good moment for them if they can get a goal on stream.
almost.
Oh, that was so
you said it.
close.
Control.
Oh, that should be the goal for them, is to get a goal on
Might be
stream.
the other way now. That's double demo. Oh, he
Oh.
missed.
Yeah, I think Jealous got an extra touch there that was
Yeah.
unexpected.
This wasn't
for
synced up, I don't
Sobo.
think. Yeah, maybe they're going for a pinch or something. Who knows? But it was one of those. Yeah, just not on the same page on that play. But obviously, at this point, you know, now that they're 3 goals up, 40 seconds, they're styling a bit. I'm curious to see if they're going to dial it back down for their match point match potentially here. Not over yet. But...
Oh, is that an open?
Oh, okay. I almost cast the
no!
cursed it on the spot. By the way. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
I want to see U of T get one
I
here.
know.
They've been close, and we get them down to the next best 30 seconds. And if they start getting cocky and overcommitting, there might be a good opportunity
That's
for
what I'm
one
saying.
here.
Yes.
Come
Probably
on, D-Gaming with a nice 50,
Ah.
floating up on the back wall here, though. As a follow-up there, puts it out to the mid, follow-up
No,
shot. Oh,
no.
but it's off target. CDAT is on the ball.
Bit of space here. Maybe down to a teammate 50. They have it all covered though. That's the problem. As
Oh.
much as you want to force a goal here, if you have the whole entire team literally like on the same spot on the map, it's
It's a goal!
oh, as I say, Tofu Fish 2004 with the 1 goal of the game.
And it's the
Love to
best
see
player,
it.
Tofu Fish. He
There
has
we go.
been the difference maker.
Yep.
And wow, that was a nice little flick. And despite being outplayed,
Yeah.
you can take consolation in the fact that you got to score on TMU.
He's not complaining with that for sure. But yeah, that's. I see. I said it, but I guess they ended up kind of moving a little bit because the problem was they were all so close together, and so it makes it so difficult to actually like score, and then you just have a transition. But it looks like he did have a playoff from Sadat when he went a little bit further out and got the ball forward, and just a great finish for him. So he'll be happy with that one, and maybe carry the momentum into game number 3 potentially.
Yeah, game number 3. I really don't see U of T winning,
No,
but maybe
no.
they can score another one.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice. I was trying to give him the one game. It's who knows how TMU is going to come out for the next game if they're going to just try to like, end it. But
I guess the question could also be if UFT is going to try hard or not.
yeah, that's the question to ask. But yeah, not much to say. It's like if TMU plays their game as they should, again, like there's not a single game that they should be dropping here if they're playing up to what they're supposed to. But problem is it's easier said than done, and just because they're playing up to that right now doesn't mean that they're not going to make mistakes. And as we've seen, they have been making mistakes. It's just not enough to capitalize. And as much as UFT has been doing a great job in challenging, it's just not creating any opportunities, unfortunately. And so again, it's only so much that you can develop on the play if they're not like actively putting on pressure, stealing boosts, making plays to each other on the offensive side, not just the defensive side. But who knows? Let's say match point for TMU, and let's see if they'll be able to crack down on it and take a game here in game number 3.
Yeah, here we go. Game number 3. I thought for a second we'd have the issue with the spectating, but
yeah,
we are all good.
Be the first time.
That would be the 3rd time today,
Yeah.
but I think we've gotten better at it. A nice hit high off the backboard, immediately
right off
followed
rip.
up, and Jealous
Yeah.
says, you've only been able to score 1 goal all series. Let's immediately put you 1 goal behind just 12 seconds in.
Yeah, even against us, they were doing the same thing. They love their early kickoffs and early goals just because like they just want to come out swinging, put pressure on the play, and yeah, that's a quick opening goal from TMU and a demo coming out from Fondue here. Let's see if Tofu can respond, controlling the ball to his own, beating one player. It's just not going to go very far. Good clear out there. Fondue trying to get the read, is going to play it forward, controlling coming out from side of UFT now. Off the backboard again, no one's ready for it, just cleared out. Is going to play off to the corner. Gaming now with the control up. It just keeps going back to their half. They're not really able to make many plays after they're getting the initial challenge, and that follow-up is really crucial, and it's usually a second man issue, like based on the second man's decisions. But yeah, it's just not really working for them.
And the longer they spend in the end, you look at these boost amounts and they're just starved and stuck.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's hard to escape your zone when you're dealing with that. That's a decent pinch out. We'll see if they can do anything off of it, but it goes, oh, a nice touch by CDAT. CDAT, I believe.
CDAT, yeah, I think it's CDAT. Yeah, and like that's the thing, because even if you look at the boost meters, not just on the side of obviously UFT getting starved, that's what happens when you get stuck in your end so much. But if you actually look at the TMU players as well, like pretty much every offensive play they were starting from the midfield, they all had like a full tank, and that's definitely. I mean, somehow UFT's okay, almost getting an opportunity off it anyways, but. Yeah, usually that's not what you want to see on defense because it's just all the time and space in the world and boost to just try to make plays happen. And so, honestly, with that being said, I'm surprised they're not actually scoring more off of that. But I think they're still getting contested well in defense. It's just not getting transitioned out at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, ball pops up to Jealous.
Oh, maybe
Jealous
double.
up high. Jealous tries to double.
Oh,
Follow-up
good
shot
save.
though cannot get it through. And again, up high for D Gaming.
Yeah,
Immediate follow
it's
by
the
Jealous.
follow-ups every
and
time.
yeah, Fondue to Jealous. Like panic touches. Fondue up high. D Gaming can't quite get there. Jealous puts it through. Like,
Yeah, UFT, they were looking really strong, I think, earlier on, and they were really contesting. But that's the problem. You can only put up with so much, and when you just keep losing those plays, now we're starting to see them fall apart a little bit more on the field with the double commits. And again, it's not their fault because they also can't really get out of their end, and so it's very difficult to be composed in that moment. But yeah, they just need more second man players and trying to cut the ball up a lot more than they're doing right now. It was kind of a similar thing with us, is that we realized they weren't really cutting for us, and so it was very easy to control the ball, and that's basically what they're doing. And if TMU doesn't score off the initial control, they just always have a man back ready with boost, even here, like just to take the ball and play the next step or get the finish.
Yeah, even if the play doesn't go right, they can pass the ball back or put it back in to continue the play. After each opportunity, there isn't really a chance for UFT to get anything. As a big clear there coming out up to Sobo. Sobo to mid, but a nice touch there. They are putting a hand up on these midfield mid crosses. They're just
getting really comfortable because Sobo is living in UFT and rent free right now. He's just sitting there in the back waiting for the redirects. He's playing the demos. Yeah, they're just like, you shouldn't have the free roam to be able to do that, but it's just because they just have so much pressure on them and they're just so starved. And there's like a whole, I don't even know what's going on right now, and they're all just bumping each other. Like it's all falling apart a little bit for them on this side.
Yeah, it's just panic.
We've all been there. We've all been there. You know, when you just have all the pressure against you, you're like, teammate, I have no boost, and it's just impossible to get a clear out. But Yeah, it's just you have to be patient. And the more that you double commit and panic, the worse the situation is going to get for you until, inevitably it's usually in your net. But not too bad from the side of from TMU to keep that pressure.
Yeah, if UFT, I think UFT would be pretty content to the fact that they kept each of these games to only a few goals.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be shocked if there's like a 3 or 4 rank difference between these teams. So
if not now, like at their peaks kind of thing, based on experience for sure. And again, LAN, that changes things too. Who knows?
Absolutely.
I know the TMU guys have experience, but who knows? With these guys getting called up last minute, I don't know how many LANs maybe they've qualified for or had the opportunity to play. And so it's quite a good chance it could be, if not individually, like their first LAN together. And I think we're just seeing the experience difference here, as we mentioned in the pregame.
Yeah, UFT is a very new program for Rocket League. They only just got teams together for the last one, and and the team that qualified for the LAN was just happy to be there. So it's pretty new, pretty developing. A lot of their better players don't play for the team, which makes things really hard. So I have much respect to these guys for coming up, putting on a show. And
love to see it.
They managed to score, which gave a big cheer from us over here.
Let's see it. Look at another one too. It's you have 20 seconds on the clock. It's definitely doable. Let's see if maybe TMU is going to go for a play here. Fondue tries to get the 50 out. Is going to win that over Tofu. Sadat, soft touch. Again, good touch is not really what I'd expect from them. They're doing really well in terms of just controlling the ball. They just don't have any follow-ups on it, and that was really the curse for them this whole series.
Yeah, and I mean, as I said, they sit way back because they don't expect, because they give so much respect and they don't challenge. They get pretty defensive, and much like this, they were all at net. Nobody was on backboard. Backboard was late.
Yeah, and the whiff.
And the whiff, like it's not really what you want to see. But when you're stuck on defense, that's what tends to happen here. 7 seconds to play, counting it down. Tough kickoff. Is Jealous going to get another one here?
Let's see, one for the road, maybe. Maybe on the side of UFT White instead. Is going to be controlling out. Beat off by Sobo. Tries to get the cut, but again, no follow-up. Is going to be off to the corner. Sidat's up for it. He's ready for a clear out, but now all the UFT people players are on no boost, and that's just killed. That's going to be TMU getting another sweep. Another sweep for the board is going to be for the final match of the day. Unfortunately, that's not going to put them through to day 2. They're going to finish second in the standings under Durham. And, but what a good showing from them. And I hope the UFT team really had a good time playing. And obviously, they had a monumental task ahead of them with them being the 18th seed. But I hope they had a good time. And we obviously at OCC appreciate them showing up and playing their games. And hopefully get to see more UFT teams from the program in the future, especially with what you were saying.
Yeah, it's nice to see them here. They obviously came in without any expectation, and they managed to, but they had a good time. They got to play their matches. And out of these groups, we had 4 teams qualify for day 2. In the morning, we had Sheridan qualify, and we had Carleton qualify.
Yep.
And then in the afternoon, obviously, we had Durham qualify, and I'm pretty sure we had Brock qualify.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. Yeah, that'd be the 4.
I'm pretty sure I'm correct with that.
Yes.
I will get roasted if I'm wrong.
That
but
sounds right.
I wanted to give a good idea of where we are at the end of day number 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is the end of our broadcast here, as we are going to go get a bit of a rest, and we'll be back for day 2, where we'll get to see the 4 teams from today alongside the 4 auto-qualified teams as we look to crown the Campus Carball champions. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.